И вновь здравствуйте, дорогие друзья, любители компьютерных игр. Мы продолжаем стримы по играм от Telltale Games, в том числе и по стареньким. К такой относится «Назад в будущее». И сегодня у нас четвертый эпизод этой игры под названием «Разные взгляды», по-моему, да. Как мы помним, третий эпизод у нас закончился весьма печально. В общем-то, новое правительство города, забыл, как он называется, повязали нашего Марти и Дока, и в итоге в четвертой части нам придется тоже выбираться из этого всего, из этой сложившейся ситуации, хотел сказать, из этого всего говна, ну ладно. Ну так что давайте продолжаем. Д. Показывать задание. Эпизод 4. Разные взгляды.
What? Where am I?
Гитара под запретом.
Citizen Plus? Citizen Plus?
Марти должен сбежать из зала ожидания гражданина Плюс. Ну, в общем-то, мы в какой-то изоляции.
That's not very relaxing.
Так, а ты тебе что, хочется расслабиться, что ли? Смотри-ка, камера.
Doesn't look like it's on.
Не похоже, что включена. Ну да, как бы свет не горит. Вся проблема, в общем, заключается в этой бабе. Я уже забыл, как ее зовут. В общем-то, она обманывала Дока тоже. Так, интерком.
Doesn't look like it's on.
Похоже, здесь все выключено. А ну-ка, ну-ка, подожди. Окно. До него мы можем дотянуться. О, это наша подруга.
Jen?
Джен.
Hey, Jennifer! I gotta get her attention.
Привлечь внимание, но как? Ты же понимаешь, что мы привлечем не только ее внимание. Ну-ка, переговорное устройство.
Make sure the McFly boy is prepped for his Citizen Plus treatment by the time I finish with my husband.
How is Citizen Brown?
I'm afraid it's worse than we imagined. He's gone completely antisocial.
Darn.
We're
Офигеть.
using every tool at our disposal to snap him out of it. But I fear that nothing short of a
Вспомнить
complete
всё.
personality rebuild will bring our leader back to us.
And it's all McFly's fault.
Unbelievable, isn't it? One teenage hooligan has brought Hill Valley to the brink of ruin. Ah, well. Let me know when he's ready. I'll be tending to Citizen Brown.
Да это не
I
один
gotta get out
Макфлай
of here and
привел
rescue Doc.
весь город к такому сумасшествию. Это, кстати, ты привела.
Hey, let me out!
Вообще звуконепроницаемые двери. Так, как же привлечь внимание Дженнифер? Гитара под
He's
замком.
locked up all my stuff.
Не только гитара, все
I'll
вещи под
never get that
замком.
combination on my own.
Ну да, давайте поверим Мартин на слово. Комбинацию от балды подбирать бесполезно. Да, он и не будет, кстати сказать. Так, теперь камера включена. Смотри-ка.
Martin?
Dad, is that you?
Who else would it be?
О,
are
точно. Наш
Back in
папа
the
же.
garage. What are you doing
Мониторит
in
всё.
Citizen Plus ward?
Edna threw me in here.
She can't do that to my son. How can I help?
О, есть у нас помощник. Так, ты можешь соединить меня с Дженнифер?
Could you let me talk to Jennifer?
Jennifer Parker?
Yeah, she's in the room next door.
Let's see, that'd be waiting room beta. Got it.
You're all patched in, son. Jennifer.
Martin, is that you? Where are you?
I'm over here, in the camera.
Oh, Martin, aren't you in enough trouble already?
Trouble? Jen, what are you talking about?
You know, with all the drinking and the PDAs.
Jennifer, oh, what's wrong with you? You sound strange.
I used to be strange, Martin, but thanks to my first Citizen Plus treatment,
Офигеть,
I'm
ей
well
уже
on my way to
промыли
becoming
мозги.
an average, well-adjusted teenager.
Citizen
Очень
Plus?
быстро.
Oh, no, Jen, not you too.
Она же была такой революционеркой офигительной. Бунтаркой. А почему твоя дверь открыта? Да, почему твоя дверь открыта?
Why is your door open?
Now that I'm finished with my Citizen Plus treatment, I'm free to go whenever I want. I'm just waiting for the nice guard to escort me out.
А, кстати, вариант. Может быть, дать промыть себе мозги? Но, блин, опасно тоже. Помоги мне сбежать, слушай.
On your way out, do you think you could help me break out of here?
Oh, I couldn't do that, Martin. It's against the rules.
Ну, может, тогда навестишь меня просто?
Okay, forget breaking out. Could you at least come visit me? It's kind of lonely in here.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to see each other until you've undergone your first Citizen Plus treatment.
Why not?
Because your gosh danged hormones are out of control, Martin.
Да, круто промывать мозги. И я думаю, что уж если это подействовало на Дженнифер с ее бунтарским характером, то док 100% будет подвержен этой процедуре. Так, как это превращает людей в роботов? Что это? Что за лечение такое?
So, what was your Citizen Plus treatment like anyway?
Well, that's weird. I don't really remember. Must be a side effect of the treatments.
Зомби, короче. Не знаю, ну, который час.
Hey, do you know what time it is?
No.
Какая мне разница, честно
Didn't they give you
сказать.
some kind of digital watch when you were done with all that brainwashing?
The Citizen Plus watch? I won't get one of those for another 5 or 6 treatments.
Rats.
Так. Давайте напрямую. Эдна превращает людей в роботов.
Jen, this whole Citizen Plus thing is a scam. Edna's using it to take control of everyone in Hill Valley, including her husband.
You know, Citizen Edna told me you were having paranoid delusions, but I had no idea.
Как тебя занесло сюда? Да, ты же была свободная, на свободе вроде. Как сюда попала?
How'd you wind up in the Citizen Plus program anyway?
My dad signed me up, and it's a good thing, too. I was completely
Да,
out of
папаша
control.
помог.
Kinda liked it.
Так, ну все, вопросы кончились, которые я бы не задавал.
Jen, snap out of it. This isn't the real you. I mean, it's kind of like the real you, but not like the real you in this timeline.
Wow, that's...
I know, it sounds crazy.
I'd never call you crazy, Martin. You're just sick. I should know I used to be sick, too. But now, I never want to spray paint a Buick or listen to rock music ever again.
Could you hang around for a few minutes? It's nice to have someone to talk to.
I'll be here until the guard comes for me. Then I'll really have to tell him about how you're hijacking the cameras.
Oh, come on, don't be a narc.
I'm not a narc. I'm a good citizen.
Взломал камеры, но я еще не взломал камеры. Короче, Дженнифер опять тухлый номер. Давайте с папашей опять.
How can I help, son?
Есть какие-нибудь новые советы о том, как выбраться
You
отсюда?
got any advice for getting out of here?
Keep working on Jennifer. She may be acting strange, but that girl's crazy about you.
Да, хороший совет. Так, на стриме алкоголик-анархист. Здорово, тоже приветствую тебя. Рад, что ты на стриме. Так, а знаешь что-нибудь о взломе замков с комбинацией цифр?
Know anything about cracking combination locks?
Sorry, son. I'm more of a peeping Tom than a safecracker.
Советую дальше обрабатывать Дженнифер, но как? Почему ты здесь?
Not that I'm not happy that you're here, but why are you here?
I'm looking for your mother.
Mom?
Маму
After
тоже
you
повязали,
left,
что
she
ли?
and I had a big old fight, and well, she went and
На
signed
полный
herself up
курс
for a full
лечения, офигеть,
battery
она
of
вернется
Citizen
оттуда
Plus
зомби
treatments.
просто.
Didn't you tell her about Biff?
I tried. You know your mother. Once she puts her mind to something, she's a regular force of nature.
I figure that if I can just find her, maybe I can talk her out of this foolishness.
Так, это мы уже спрашивали. Мне нужно вернуться в прошлое. Это, по-моему, глупо, да? Ну, давайте скажем.
Dad, I know this is a lot to accept, but I've got to rescue Citizen Brown so that we can go back in time and stop him from ever marrying Edna in the first place.
You're right, son. That is a lot to accept. So let's forget you ever said it. Just concentrate on getting you out of there.
Yeah, maybe that's for the best.
Да. Папе такие вещи нельзя говорить. Так, Эдна вышла из-под контроля. Давайте папе об этом скажем.
Dad, those Citizen Plus watches are gonna turn everyone in Hill Valley into robots, starting with Citizen Brown.
I always suspected digital watches were evil.
It's not the watches, Dad, it's Edna. She's completely lost it.
Citizen Edna's crazy? Oh, that's not good. Although it would explain a lot.
Ну, по крайней мере, папа в это поверил. Это я спрашивал, не спрашивал?
You got any advice for getting out of here?
Keep working on
А,
Jennifer.
про Дженнифер, да, понял. Так, давайте
Stay
вообще
close, Dad.
выйдем.
I'm as close as I can get, Martin.
Посмотрим, что у нас есть в инвентаре. Подожди, подсказка. Охранник снаружи может быть полезен. Да ты чё? Тихо. Инвентарь я открыть не могу. Может быть, через переговорное устройство с охранником поболтать?
Hello?
What?
Могу я поесть?
Hey, could you get me a burger or something? The only food I've had today is a tofu dog.
Regrettably, sir, the rigors of the Citizen Plus treatment require you to begin the process with an empty stomach.
Так, почему мои вещи заперты? Могу я повидаться с Дженнифер?
Can I go visit Jennifer Parker? She's right next door.
Citizen Plus patients are not allowed to fraternize. It contaminates the treatments.
Блин, а у вас есть какие-нибудь правила, чтобы мне все прочитать и знать, что можно? Почему мои вещи заперты?
Why is all my stuff locked in a cage?
In order to ensure that Citizen Plus patients don't injure themselves, their belongings are placed in a locked box until the completion of their Citizen Plus treatment.
Injure themselves?
It's a very intensive process. Some people can't handle it.
Ну и последний вариант у меня остался. Просто тупо сказать, чтобы он меня выпустил.
Let me out of here.
Sorry, sir, but Citizen Plus patients aren't allowed to exit their waiting rooms until the Citizen Plus treatment chamber has been suitably prepped for their procedure.
Ну и какой толк я говорил с этим придурком? Можно было бы разбить это переговорное устройство, я бы его разбил.
Hey, let me out!
Блин, вот что меня еще выбешивает в этой игре, здесь и действия такие нелогичные порой бывают, и, соответственно, неочевидные. Ну и подсказки такие же. А ну-ка, что-то, что может...
Dad,
How can I help, son?
Подожди, интерком, это я с папой, да, говорю? Ты нашел маму уже, нет?
so have you found Mom yet?
Not yet.
You wouldn't believe how many cameras they've got around here.
Так, может быть, с камерами с этим можно что-то сделать? Почему бы тебе не прийти сюда самому? Такой вопрос я, по-моему, не задавал.
It's nice that you're concerned about Mom, but couldn't you come down here yourself?
Oh, I couldn't do that. I'm probably in enough trouble with the authorities already.
No, I think it's better for everyone if I stay here in my garage with my televisions and cameras.
Может быть, папа нам поможет как-нибудь с кодом
Stay
замка?
close, Dad.
I'm as close as I can get, Martin.
Если у них до хрена там камер.
I'll never get that combination on my own.
Так, ну-ка.
Hey, Jen! What are those windows made of?
Блин, ну больше делать нечего. Так, охранник снаружи. Может быть, у вас получится обмануть его и вернуть свои вещи. Блин, каким образом мне его обмануть-то?
Hello?
What now?
Могу я посмотреть на мои вещи? Такого вопроса, по-моему, в прошлый раз не было.
Can I take a look at my stuff for a second?
Why?
I want to make sure my guitar neck isn't getting bent.
What?
Come
Это
on, man. My
глупая
parents spent a
причина,
fortune
честно
on that
сказать.
thing.
Fine. Back away from the door, sir.
Я говорю, здесь иногда такие вещи происходят глупые. Ну что, успел посмотреть,
There.
нет?
How's the guitar?
I guess it's okay.
Good.
I'll never get that combination on my own.
А может, папа теперь сможет показать нам по... Ну, вернее, посмотреть по камере.
Dad,
How can I help, son?
Я пытался подсмотреть через плечо охранника.
I tried to peek over the guard's shoulder to get the combination, but he's too tall.
Over his shoulder? Hold on.
What?
I may have it on tape.
Zoom,
Есть.
enhance, zoom, enhance.
Ha! What?
The camera was high enough to see over his shoulder.
Nice work, Dad.
The combination is 2 left, 8 right, 18 left, 32 right.
Хорошо, что мне это самому не надо было делать.
Guitar! I'm sorry I tried to throw it out.
Yeah, the guitar's pretty cool, but this is what I care about.
No fair making your dad all misty, son.
Так, что теперь у нас есть? Гитара. Газета Хиллвелли за 1986 год. А сейчас у нас... Бам-бам-бам-бам-бам-бам. Не помню, какой уже год. Ну, у нас-то 2015, но в игре не помню какой. Так, окей. Теперь, что мы делаем? Ну, есть у нас, допустим, гитара. Берем, значит, гитару и в окно.
I can't plug my guitar into that.
А, подключить ее надо. Может, к интеркому? А, да, там, кстати, был вход AUX. Так что, возможно, именно сюда. Угу.
Okay, Jen, here's a little something I think you're
Беспроводной.
gonna like. At least, I hope you still do.
Martin?
Jennifer.
Oh, Martin. Martin? What are you doing?
What's going on here?
Чего, пришла в себя?
I have no idea, sir. I was minding my own business when all of a sudden a horrible noise started coming out of that camera.
Well, that's not right.
Yeah, well, neither is this.
Нифига
No one
себе она.
scrambles my brain. You hear me? No one. I'm Jennifer Parker, rock and roller.
Рок-н-роллер.
Oh, yeah, right.
Что за шум?
Yeah, Jen.
No time for small talk, McFly. We need to get you disguised so we can walk out of here.
В охранника?
Calvin Klein underwear? Really?
There. How do I look?
Little short for a stormtrooper, but it'll have to do. Come on!
Ну, прикольно. Все, валим отсюда.
Okay, Hotshot, what's next?
Now we rescue Citizen Brown, get the hell out of here, and get things back to the way they're supposed to be.
Whatever, just as long as I get to break some stuff. I've got a lot of pent-up hostility right now, you know?
Miss Parker,
What the?
Yeah.
I'm here to escort you to the lobby. Your father's waiting for you.
Can he wait? I was hoping that this attractive young man could take me on a tour of the facilities.
I'm afraid I really must insist, miss.
Relax, Jennifer. I've got everything under control.
Really?
Really.
Okay then. But first...
Какого?
What was that for?
For saving me, dummy. Let's go, officer.
You know, I'm probably gonna have to write you up for a PDA violation.
Don't bite me.
What?
Rock and roll.
Спасите гражданина Брауна от процедуры гражданин плюс. Окей. Давайте смотреть дальше. Переговорное устройство нам не надо. Поднос с едой.
Can I have some of that? Feels like I haven't eaten in years.
No, that's Tannen's. He's not allowed to eat it until he's taken his pacification pill. We tried to give it to him an hour ago, but he still hasn't swallowed it.
Let me try. I can be pretty persuasive.
No.
Какой принципиальный сукин сын.
Don't touch that! I need the caffeine.
Пульт управления. Но он не даст мне, да?
Hey,
Busy.
Не то чтобы с ним поговорить, пульт управления вообще не подпустит.
Do you mind? I'm trying to run a complete personality rebuild on the big man himself here.
and?
And the last thing I need is your stubby little fingers turning Hill Valley's savior into a drooling rutabaga.
Is there a problem over there, citizen?
No problem, ma'am.
Good. Let's get back to it. Don't worry, Evans. It'll all be over soon.
Так, нам здесь пока что ловить нечего. Кто у нас здесь сидит? Вроде как никого.
Wow, they've really got this door locked up tight. I wonder what sick freak they've got in here. Ah!
Танан!
I should have known.
Я сразу догадался.
Hi, Biff.
Биф.
Looks like your intercom's busted. Just as well. It'd probably be just a bunch of swearing and mixed metaphors anyway.
Проглоти свою пилюлю.
Guard says I'm not supposed to give you any food until you swallow your pill.
Не глотает, зараза. Это кто, дух там страдает? Щель под дверью. Может быть, мне эту пилюлю
I'd never
как-то
get my
можно...
hand under there.
Можно ныкнуть. Скажем, не знаю, газетой, что ли. А, вот теперь можно сказать, проглоти свою пилюлю.
Hi, Biff.
Такой фокус я помню из фильма... как же он называется-то? «Как украсть миллион». Старый-старый фильм, но офигительный.
Come on, Biff, just swallow your pill.
На газетку.
Increase somatosensory fluids by 7.
I'd never get my hand under there.
Да при чем здесь рука? Ты газету возьми.
Oh, Biff spit.
Так, теперь. У нас есть пилюля. Как она называется? А, просто пилюля. Ну, наверняка какое-нибудь успокаивающее. И мы ее добавим в содовую.
Hey, is that a public display of affection over there?
What?
Sorry, it was just a shadow.
Stop goofing around and get back to work.
Yes, sir.
без нашей помощи попьет. Сейчас раз как дристанет до той двери, да? Оказывается, было слабительное. Не,
Jeez,
нормально.
what have they been feeding Biff? Horse tranquilizers?
Ну да, для бифа нужны только лошадиные дозы.
You, God!
Who, me?
I mean, me?
Yes, you. As you can see, that slacker of a technician is sleeping on the job again. Please be a dear and tend to the Citizen Plus control panel, will you?
Как скажешь.
Sure.
Okay, Doc, I'm in. Now, how do I get you out of here without turning you into a vegetable?
Да. Спасите гражданина Брауна от процедуры гражданин плюс. Надо быть очень, блин, аккуратным. Так, фотку с просовыванием газеты под дверь помню из «Вокруг света за 80 дней». Алкоголь, анархист. Что-то я не помню такого. Напиши, что они там делали с этой фоткой. Фотку с просовыванием газеты. Не помню. Из этого фильма. Где этот снимается, что ли? Оуэн Уилсон, Джеки Чан и Шварц? Это 80 дней или другая экранизация? Так, с Бифом вроде бы все, да? Не, в эту дверь я не пойду. Ну, хотя давайте сходим. Я не думаю, что мы там спалимся.
What are you doing in here?
Looking for the bathroom?
The next scheduled bathroom break isn't for another 158 minutes.
158 минут. Фига себе, там мешок надо сзади таскать. Так, а чё вот там у нас? Динамики.
That speaker looks really familiar.
Да, Марти знает толк в динамиках. Аромааппарат.
It's like a giant air freshener. Weird.
Ну, это, скорее всего, аппарат искусственного дыхания.
Jeez, he looks miserable.
А, нет, ароматерапию проводят.
I
Видеоэкран.
don't know what kind of movies they're showing Doc, but I don't think he's enjoying them.
Да, он вообще
What
в
are you
ужасе.
doing over there, citizen?
Да, не твое дело, бабка. Так, ладно. Давайте займемся. Пультом. Подожди, а с охранником что-нибудь можно сделать?
He'll be out for a while. Jeez, where's the off button on this thing? Hey, an equalizer. At least, I think it's an equalizer.
Так, зрение, слух, осязание, пищеварение, обоняние. Ну, давайте начнем сначала, со зрения.
Optics.
Воу-воу-воу-воу. Не надо так. Может быть, нет. Может быть, уберем это. На минимум. Вроде полегчало.
Are you having problems with the controls, citizen?
Да не, все окей. Не извольте беспокоиться,
Volume.
барыня.
Finally, a word I can understand. Okay, that moved him a few inches. Maybe I can blast him right out the door.
Выдвинуть за дверь? Нифига себе. Так, осязание.
Tactile.
Воу-воу-воу-воу. Ой, нам живой нужен, Марти, ты чё? Так,
I'll never be able to free
пищеварение.
Citizen Brown while Edna's watching him.
А, надо Эдну отвлечь, что ли?
Gastrosensory.
Давай по пищеварению посмотрим. И обоняние.
Olfactory. I think I know what that means.
Сейчас мы ему вкачаем там. Ароматы Франции.
What the?
Looks like the aroma tanks have clogged themselves again.
Oh, thank you. I hadn't noticed that. Come on, make yourself useful.
Так, ну и вот нас дрыснуло.
I'm sorry about the delay, dear. This'd go a lot easier if you just gave up this madness about time machines and altering the past. You should concentrate on the future.
There is no future for us.
You
Молодец,
won't
Док,
think
держись.
that in a few more hours.
Держись, давай.
Please, think about the consequences of your actions.
Me? You're the one threatening the social order of Hill Valley with your crazy time machine talk.
Давайте посмотрим без ее присутствия, что мы можем в этой комнате сделать. Только микрофоном воспользоваться? Или дверью?
Lock. Crap.
Окей. Ну, микрофоном.
Check. Sibilance. Sibilance.
What was that?
Может, на гитаре сыграть ему? Да, это правильное решение, смотри-ка.
Hey, Doc, let's get ready to blow this joint.
What was that? You! What are you doing?
Get my friend out of here, you nutcase. Okay, that was a little less dramatic than I had expected.
Я думал, что мы вылетим как пуля отсюда. Экшен пошел, экшен. С убогой анимацией, конечно, от Telltale, но ничего. Вот это уже да.
Let's go, Your Honor.
What? I can't hear you.
You're welcome.
Ну отлично, Дока мы вызволили. Круто. А, понятно, алкоголик анархист пишет не фильм, а мультик, да, то есть, ну, надо посмотреть. Ну да, фокус такой, что ключ достаешь с другой стороны. Газету подсовываешь под дверь, ключ толкаешь чем-нибудь, ну, зубочисткой, спичкой, шпилькой. Главное, чтобы щель под дверью позволяла. Но у нас, кстати, еще одна проблема. У нас наш Делориан застрял в рекламном щите на подъезде в город. Что нам делать?
What do we do now?
Now we wait for the guards to clear out so we can make a break for your time machine.
Hey, it's my mom. Hey.
Don't talk to her. She could give us away.
Да, в таком состоянии может и выдать.
Where is the DeLorean anyway?
I had the wreck towed to my secret lab near Clayton Ravine.
Clayton Ravine, as in Clara Clayton?
Why is that significant?
Well, Clara's kind of supposed to be your wife, so yeah.
Fascinating.
А, все-таки...
Can we go help?
Once we go back and change history, none of this will ever happen.
Нифига она втащила сразу двоим. Так, получается, Док спрятал Делориан, да? Как-то этот момент от меня ушел.
What the heck was Edna doing to you back there?
She was trying to rebuild my personality from the ground up, erasing the parts she didn't like.
Harsh.
Так, батя сейчас... Вот это втащил, так втащил.
Alright, Dad.
Нифига себе. Вообще, по фильму его батя, ну, здесь, по игре, батя его такой лошок. Ну, он втащил так двоим. Все-таки почему ты женился на Эдне-то?
No offense, Your Honor, but why'd you marry Edna anyway? She's kind of crazy.
Yes, now. But back when we were first dating, her madness was tempered by an ironclad sense of right and wrong. At least, that's how it seemed to me at the time.
Ну да, в молодости она была другая. Я даже помню там по второму, по третьему эпизоду весьма.
Mom, Dad, no!
They'll be fine. Once we repair the time stream, none of this will ever have happened.
Весьма приятная была. Ну
Guess
все,
you're
папа
right.
с мамой попались за ППЧ. Публичное проявление чувств.
Looks like the coast is clear.
Great, let's go fix the DeLorean.
I'm afraid I'll have to do that without you, Martin.
What? Why?
Well, from what little I understand of time travel, if you help me rebuild the time machine, your presence in the repair of it could cause some sort of temporal paradox after we return to 1931.
So what am I supposed to do? Just hang out here in Bizarro Hill Valley until you fix the time machine?
Exactly. But don't worry, if things work out according to plan, you won't even notice I'm gone.
You know, for a second there, you sounded almost as confusing as the real Doc.
Да, уже,
See? We're making progress already. See you soon, Martin.
уже узнается прежний
Good
док,
luck, Your
действительно. Я так и не понял,
and you
что мы
might want
должны
to stay
делать.
off the streets for a few seconds.
Stay off the street. Citizen Brown? Emmett?
Или что он хочет сделать. Подождите, пока гражданин Браун отремонтирует Делориан. Так, ну что, мне как бы здесь сидеть ждать, что ли?
He's not coming back, you know.
Ох, твою мать.
What are you talking about?
Emmett, without me to guide him, he's almost useless.
Ты его
Before I
недооцениваешь,
found him,
женщина.
He was a miserable failure who never finished anything. But with me to inspire him, look at what we've built.
Ну да, вы круто, конечно, постарались, но не в ту сторону. Надо было больше о людях думать. Давайте вот так вот в лицо. И жена Дока в 100 раз круче тебя.
Not the only inspiration of Doc's life, you know. In my timeline, he married one of the sweetest women of the 19th century.
Sweetness. Yeah. Emmett needs discipline to stay focused. He's so easily distracted.
Без тебя он способен на великие дела.
You think you've inspired Doc? I'll have you know that without you, Emmett Brown is destined to build a time-traveling DeLorean and a flying time train.
Preposterous. Emmett couldn't even build a dog feeder without me to guide him.
Yeah, well, he did that too. Yeah, you've inspired him all right. Inspired him to turn Hill Valley into a bunch of uptight dorks.
I wouldn't expect a delinquent like you to understand.
По-моему, с ней бесполезно разговаривать.
Okay, Your Honor. Starting to get a little concerned here.
Вау. Погнали. О,
It worked! Ha-ha!
прежний
1
Док.
second I'm in the
Почти.
present, the next I'm 6 months in the past. Amazing!
6 months? It took you 6 months to repair the time machine?
6 months, my family fortune, and a sketchy deal with a gang of Libyan nationals. But it was all worth it for this moment. Ha-ha!
Emmett, don't do this. You need help.
Oh, blow it out of your exhaust, poor dear. Now that I've escaped into the past, your pack of divorce lawyers can't... Martin, how long have you been waiting for me?
A couple of minutes,
2
maybe?
минут 5.
That's curious. I set the repair time circuits to arrive only a couple of seconds after I left. Oh, well, I'm sure there's no need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration on the time circuits.
О чем он болтает?
What's this?
Clothes for our trip. We can't have you traipsing around 1931 in that ridiculous outfit.
Wait, our trip?
You didn't think I was going to let you erase the worst mistake of my life without my help, did you?
Давай, Эдна, бывай. Нам пора.
Fine, leave.
Вообще сумасшедший мир с этими правилами.
I run this town.
Ну и управляй себя.
Time circuit set for August 26, 1931.
26
You ready to go,
августа
Your Honor?
31 года.
Call me, Doc.
Так, на стриме в гостях у злодейчика. Приветствую. Рад видеть на стриме. Проходим «Назад в будущее», 4-й эпизод.
This This is where I last saw him. You, teenage you. You were headed this way, arm in arm with Edna.
Ah, luckily my erstwhile wife was never the type to kiss on the first date. If we work fast and stay focused, we can see to it that our relationship never moves beyond the hand-holding stage. Well, will you look at that? The old town theater.
Да, Док изначально хотел пойти на Франкенштейна, но пошел с Эдной, в общем, в другое место. Ну, круто, чё.
Very cool.
I haven't thought about this place in years. The missus made me tear it down back in '71. Said the movies were corrupting the younger generation. It was all nonsense, of course. I spent countless evenings here in my youth, and it never turned me into a hoodlum. Say, remember Public Enemy? Why, you dirty rat, no good yellow-bellied stool? Never did manage to see Frankenstein, though.
Да, много потерял. Франкенштейн классный. Особенно мне нравится экранизация, где играет Роберт Де Ниро. Это главная проблема, да.
That's what caused the whole problem, remember? We've got to get young you to see Frankenstein.
Right, of course. The film that was supposed to set off a chain reaction in my imagination, inspiring with a notion that would launch my scientific career.
You've still got no memory of what that notion was?
Well, how could I? It happened in the brain of a different Emmett Brown. An Emmett Brown now erased by the shifting sands of time. Luckily for us, I do know something about my own brain, having lived in it for the past 70+ years. Once we get my younger self re-inspired by that movie, nothing will distract him from his proper... Great Scott, will you look at that?
The town square?
It's just like I remember it, only dirtier. Oh, the old courthouse.
Come on now, Doc, you need to go inside and check it out.
Другой
First
Док
rule of
идет.
time travel, Doc, never allow your other self to catch sight of you. It can cause reality to collapse or something.
You mean?
Right behind you. Don't peek. Go on. I'll let you know when
Молодой.
you're gone. And don't forget, you're Carl Sagan,
The billions and billions guy?
the suspected arsonist.
Huh?
Just go with it.
Да, мы совсем забыли, что... Так, убедите Эммета сходить посмотреть Франкенштейна. Мы совсем забыли, что в этом времени у нас Док поджигатель незаконного бара. И его разыскивает и полиция, и бандиты. Блин, все так запутано уже.
Sonny! You do show up at the oddest moments. Where have you been hiding?
1986.
Oh, you know, here and there, you're a little hard to pin down yourself. I went looking for you last night, but...
I believe I was off entertaining a beautiful lady.
Так, у них
You
уже
know,
с
I
Эдной
never really got a chance to thank you.
Well, I'm sure you would have
началось.
escaped kid on your own.
Kid? Oh, sure, I'm grateful for that, but no, I'm talking about Edna. It's funny to think of now, but until that crisis, I actually thought Edna and I disliked one another. Imagine!
Да, я тоже вначале думал, что неплохая пара будет. Эммет Браун и Эдна. Но это вылилось в катастрофу. Так, в мире есть вещи поважнее девушек. Забудь об Эдне.
Yeah, well, we make a lot of mistakes when we're not seeing straight. The thing is, you shouldn't let Edna distract you from, you know, the business at hand. Finishing your project for the expo and going to see Frankenstein.
Oh, pshaw. I'm far too busy for movies these days.
But,
And as for my project, it's practically done.
the rocket car?
The rocket car? Boy, are you out of date. I've junked the rocket car.
But,
More trouble than it's worth. I'll never figure out a propulsion system that does what I want it to do. And besides, its social utility is practically non-existent.
Так, уже началось у него слоечки социум.
social utility?
Социум?
Since when do you care about...
The mental alignment meter is a much more worthy project.
The what?
It was Edna's idea,
Измеритель
and she's
умственных
really been cracking the whip to
способностей.
get me to complete it in time for the expo.
Emmett, I'm a little confused here.
Выставка. Прошел всего лишь один день.
What day is
Она
it?
тебе
Why,
уже
it's
все мозги
opening day.
засрала.
The opening day of the expo. Which reminds me, I'd better skedaddle back
Выставка
to
в
the lab.
Хилл-Вэлли.
If Edna catches me dawdling, there'll be heck to pay. Catch you around, Crockett.
October 12th? Doc,
Мы же вроде на 26 какое-то число. В чем проблема? Блин, Марти, что ты весь на весь экран? Что-то мы промахнулись, да, с машиной? Или она неправильно работает? Док же начал говорить какую-то ересь.
Come to think of it, it is a bit brisk for August.
Oh, we're 2 months late. The expo's
Два
about to
месяца.
start, and teenage you is already in over his head with Edna.
I always did have a tendency to plunge into things.
Let's plunge into the DeLorean and get to the right date.
No, it's far too risky. Remember how I was late picking you up in '86?
Yeah?
That should have been a tip-off. Something is horribly wrong with the time circuits, and the problem appears to be getting worse. If we try to jump now, we could find ourselves stranded in the
Кайнозойской эпохи можем оказаться.
Worse, the mess is over.
Then we're stuck?
For the time being, I'll look into the problem and see what I can do. In the meantime, you can go to work on the other problem.
Right. I'll go to the lab and see if I can talk teenage you out of...
Impossible. If young me is already as infatuated as you say, you're not going to be able to talk him out of anything. Believe me, I remember. Better to focus on the more clear-headed half of the couple.
Edna? Where can I find her?
Where do you think?
На выставке.
The DeLorean should still function adequately as a means of conveyance in the first 3 dimensions. Nothing if not predictable.
Экс-будущая
Do I really
супруга
have to
говорит.
talk to her? I mean, couldn't I just hang out until you fix the time circuits and... I'll talk to her. You better get the DeLorean out of sight before someone...
Hey, you! Quit blocking the drive! All Car of the Future contestants need to report to the North Tent.
Мы можем поучаствовать в выставке, кстати сказать. В номинации «Автомобиль будущего». Так, ну с нашим автомобилем что-то не то, вернее, с временным контуром. Так, машина будущего, смотри-ка.
Come see the cars of the future. Brought to you by Statler DeSoto.
В общем, у него какая-то возникла погрешность. В первый раз на несколько минут, а во второй раз мы промахнулись аж на 2 месяца. Черт побери. Так, ну давайте с Эдной поговорим.
Spell it B-R-O-W-N. It's not exactly an obscure name.
I still don't see it on the list. I'm sorry.
Так, а это дед наш, да?
Let me try this one more time. This is the Hill Valley Science Expo, right?
First annual.
Indeed. The purpose of our fair is to showcase cutting-edge technology.
That's right. And to burnish Hill Valley's reputation as a forward-thinking community.
And yet, you want to exclude the maker of the most revolutionary breakthrough of all.
It's not that I want to, but... oh, dear.
Mr. Crockett! You do pop up at the oddest times. What are you doing here?
Исправляю ужасное будущее.
I need to...
Whatever it is, I hope you don't have to deal with Mr. Stonewall here. His sole function seems to be preventing people from accomplishing their business. Honestly, with him keeping the books, it's a wonder the Tannen gang got as far as they did. Have you seen Emmett?
Нет.
No.
Then you've heard all about his big breakthrough, the mental alignment meter. Isn't it exciting? And to think, he didn't even realize the import of his discovery until I pointed it out to him. I've never known anyone like him. So oblivious to his own potential.
Можно ей треснуть в глаз?
Kind of wanted to
Дайте
talk to you
такую
about him
возможность
and
мне.
his potential.
Funny, I didn't spot it myself at first. In fact, for the longest time, I thought I didn't even like him.
Yeah.
Черт, нафиг я их познакомила, такие проблемы. Потенциал — это еще не все. Что привлекает вас в нем?
I don't get it. I mean, Emmett's nice and all, but he's not exactly the kind of guy that has girls swarming all over him.
Well, I'm not your average girl.
Yeah, but...
I appreciate your concerns, Mr. Crockett, but I can take care of myself. I know what I'm looking for in a man, and it so happens Emmett fits the bill to a T. That's Emmett Brown. Rhymes with clown, which I'm beginning to think you are.
Just a simple mix-up, I'm sure.
I've no doubt of that.
Так, может быть, с Артуром Макфлаем поговорить?
Hey, Artie.
Officer!
Officer?
Right. Don't blow your cover.
Will you please keep your mind on the task at hand?
Can't talk right now.
Что-то я забыл, когда мы представлялись Артуру офицером. Ну ладно. Офицер так офицер. Так, парадный вход. Грузовик.
It's not as nice as my truck back in 86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in 86.
Вот представьте, да, вы живете, и кто-то изменил ваше прошлое, и вернувшись, ну, собственно, в настоящее, все по-другому. Так, откуда я иду-то? Улица.
The brown place is on Riverside Drive. Way too far to go on foot. I wonder how Doc's coming with the DeLorean.
Так, ладно, до Делорина дело дойдет. Блин, язык заплетается. Сегодня весь день записывал серии по Индиану Джонсу.
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not till
open?
tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the ground.
Что такое злое, я не пойму.
You got official business here?
Это, помните, вот этот
Yeah.
чувак был в баре. Мы у него телку отбивали, и он тоже нервничал. Причем пытался меня ударить и растянулся на полу.
Do I know you?
Да-да-да.
Nope.
Вспоминает нас. Так, ладно, пойдем к доку.
Doc's right. If we want to break Edna and Emmett up, we'd better approach it from Edna's side of the relationship.
Со стороны Эдны. Мы таким образом разобьем сердце доку, да?
Well,
I talked to her.
and?
Никаких
She says
результатов.
she knows what she's looking for, and it's you.
But it can't be me. Wasn't me. Marty, we don't belong together.
Иди и скажи ей сам об этом.
Find out exactly what her requirements are. I can almost guarantee you that I don't fit them.
Какие требования узнать, блин. Как вы все задолбали меня, а? Может, самому подкатить к ней, а?
Ahem. You said that Emmett fits your bill of requirements for a man.
Yes?
What would that list be exactly?
You'd make a good reporter, Mr. Crockett. You know that? Well, his physical appearance, for one thing. Emmett may not be Clark Gable, but he cleans up surprisingly well. I gave him my grandfather's white suit to wear at the expo. Oh, you should see him in it.
Так,
He looks
белый
positively
костюм.
radiant.
Looks good in a
Хорошо.
suit. Got it.
And he's completely devoted to me. That's important. I've got no time or tolerance for playboys.
Так,
Faithful
верность
as a
его.
Labrador. Check.
Thirdly,
Второе.
and most important,
Yes?
well, his mind, of course. It's brilliant, and it's virtuous through and through. His own mind map shows him to be a model citizen.
Так,
Good brain.
умственные
I see.
способности.
And
Отлично.
if it turned out that you were mistaken about any of these qualities,
Say, what's your game?
just curious, just trying to understand the female mind.
Well, understand this. I'm not some faint-hearted girl who'd run away at the first hint of trouble. I've made a big investment in Emmett. Not money, but I've sunk all my ambitions into him. I'd have to be thoroughly disillusioned before I'd call it quits with Emmett. Got it?
Полностью разочаруюсь. То есть
Now,
все три
Mr.
пункта,
Cub
да?
Reporter, is there anything else?
А, Да, меня вот интересует, что за измеритель умственных способностей? Что
What
за
the heck is this
хрень?
mental alignment meter of Emmett's?
Oh, it's an absolutely revolutionary invention. Measures a person's affinities, what he's attracted to, what he's repulsed by, that sort of thing.
Interesting. And it really works?
Well, of course. What's the point of inventing something that doesn't work? Or anyway, it works well enough for my purposes.
М, Так, ну все, на этом
That's
все.
all the questions I got.
Very well then.
Пока что. Вау, дамочка.
Hey, Audie, you see my Oriole?
You mean this?
Yeah, thanks.
Что за хрень у тебя на голове?
She gets to come and go freely, and I'm forced to wait. I love it.
Убедите одну, что Эммет ее обманывает. Так, подожди, а я как-то мог же в парадный ход зайти.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not till
open?
tonight.
Все, не злись, парень. Я думал, эта девушка ушла, но вот она стоит. Трикси. Это певица, да, по-моему, из бара того?
To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who... Oh, hiya, kid. Say, aren't you the fellow who...
Got you to turn on Kid Tannen?
Да-да-да.
You look younger without your mustache. That was a dirty trick, you know, making me think Kid had gone and iced Artie.
I'm sorry, but it was the only way I could...
Forget about it. I'm trying to. Yesterday's in the past. That's my motto. You gotta live for today.
Right.
Ну, молодец.
What are you doing
Зла на
down
нас не
here
держит.
anyway? Do you wish to pull the levers that control the future?
Почти точку.
At the expo, silly. Technology for a better tomorrow and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually why I'm here.
Так, что ты тут делаешь?
So,
Поехали
who are
ко
you
мне.
supposed to be?
Don't you know your Homer? I am Techni Muse of Progress. You can tell by the lightning bolts.
Must have slept through that class.
I'm supposed to be a goddess like. I'm the one who inspires all the great men who make the discoveries. And women too. Leave us not forget Madame Curie.
I never would. So, you work for the expo?
Yeah, ain't it a kick? I greet all the important guests. And on the final day, I get to bestow the golden sundial on the winning contestant.
Так, надо победить. Золотые котлы тут раздают. Как дела у Кида Таннена, кстати?
How's Kid's trial going?
Slowly. You know what they say. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but infinitely fine.
Except in Hill Valley, where they don't move at all.
What?
Nothing, it's just, you know, something I heard once. So no regrets about turning him in?
None at all. I should have known better than to take up with him in the first place. But what can I say? I was dumb. I let myself get taken in by his charm.
Charm?
Никита Цегельнюк, привет. Рад приветствовать на стриме. Так, у тебя неплохая роль. Давайте захвалим ее сначала. Девочки такое любят, а потом будем просить о помощи.
Techni, Muse of Progress. Not a bad gig.
Audie got it for me. It's my entree into respectability.
Так, вот теперь помоги мне заставить Эдну ревновать.
Listen, I've got a proposal for you. I have this friend, right?
No dice. I'm only seeing Audie now.
It's not like
Oh.
that. See, my friend's in a relationship with Edna Strickland.
Oh, poor schmuck. I wouldn't wish her on anyone.
Then you see where I'm coming from. He won't listen to reason, but I thought she might call it off if she thought he and you were, you know.
Ah, you are an evil imp, ain't ya?
Sometimes a guy's got to resort to underhanded tricks. What do you say?
Sorry.
Нет, не согласится,
Edna
зараза.
might be a pill, but if I play dirty tricks on every dame who disapproves of me, well, I'd play a lot of dirty tricks. Besides, such stunts are beneath the dignity of Techni, Muse of Progress.
Так, ну давай про Арти спросим.
So Artie's working for the expo too, huh?
Oh, Artie's doing swell. The papers made a big deal of him testifying against Kid. People have been beating down his door ever since the trial. The expo's darn lucky they could get him.
Но тоже ничего особого не сказала. Насчет этой выставки
Whose
давай.
idea was it to put a science and technology expo in Hill Valley?
Beats me. Artie says it's all bred in circuses. But I ain't seen a single clown yet today.
Ну, ладно.
See you, Trixie.
From this chamber of wonders, we bid you a fond adieu.
Просто, короче, красивая кукла. Ничем помочь не может. Давайте обратно сбегаем к Доку. Может быть, доложим ему о том, что мы узнали от Эдны по поводу черт характера, которые любит Эдна.
Ah, good. You're back. Give me the full report.
She says she likes you because you've got a virtuous mind, you look good in a suit, and you're completely faithful to her.
Damn, she's got me dead to rights. Well, you'll just have to find a way to change her mind. I'll be here if you need any help. Do you need any help?
Да, помощь нужна. Чтобы мне изменить ее мнение, нужно изменить тебя, молодого. Как это сделать? Так, алкоголик-анархист спрашивает, помню ли я, что значит шнурки в стакане. Помню. Родители дома. Как избавиться... Как избавиться от Эдны, черт побери?
So, what do we do about Edna?
Only one thing we can do. Lie. Make me out to be a less desirable catch than I really am.
Why would she believe me? She said she knows you inside and out.
Then you'll have to resort to skullduggery. You've done it before. You gotta be getting good at it by now.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Так, получается, Эдне мы должны врать, да, все? Так, а где молодой ты?
Any idea what your teenage self is doing right now?
Unless I miss my guess, he's in the garage frantically working on his latest invention and cursing because he can't quite get it to work. Damn!
Как он похож на тебя? Я пытаюсь привлечь помощь Трикси.
I suggested a little scheme to Trixie, but I don't know if she's gonna go along with it.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
То он просил от меня деталей, теперь просит избавить его от деталей. В чем суть выставки? Ну, я понимаю, в чем суть выставки. Ну-ка, давайте, у меня есть план, может быть, Марта что-нибудь изложит.
I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No, don't.
Не, пусть расскажет, пусть расскажет.
If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
Хотя бы мне расскажи, Марти. Ладно, попробуем поднаврать ей немножко.
Back again, Mr. Crockett? What can I help you with?
I was thinking.
Вы не знаете Эммета так, как я его
You say
знаю.
you know Emmett is a model citizen, but you don't know him as well as I do. Did you know he once cheated some Libyans out of plutonium?
О, это было, да.
Plutonium? What would Libya
То есть
want
это
with
будет.
plutonium? I'm sure he had a very good reason. Emmett's mind map demonstrates conclusively his brain is oriented toward virtue.
Он угнал поезд.
This one
Ты в
time, to
курсе?
power one of his science experiments, Emmett hijacked a train.
Please, there hasn't been a train hijacking in Hill Valley since the days of Mad Dog Tannen.
Да, это было как раз таки во времена Дикого Запада. Наш завуч ненавидит его.
Emmett's done a lot of shady things in his time. My vice principal warned me to stay away from him.
Your vice principal sounds like a dolt.
Короче, на нее ничего не действует.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well then. How about you? Have you got any questions for me?
No.
Then kindly let me pass.
I am afraid I can't until I've located your registration form.
This is absurd!
Может быть, вот это изобретение, кстати, над которым Эммет работает, измерение, как оно там называется, интеллекта человека или эмоций там. Может, его сломать, чтобы оно показало, что Эммет не такой уж и каким себе представляет Эдна его.
It's not as nice as my truck back in '86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in '86.
Так, что у нас есть? Список сильных сторон Эммета, дневник Дока. С этим я ничего не могу поделать. Давайте полезу за подсказкой. Трикси не будет заставлять Эдну ревновать, пока Эдна не сделает ей ничего плохого. Так, что она ей может сделать плохого? с Артуром что-нибудь придумать.
Can't talk right now.
Козел. Я спас твою жопу, а ты даже минутку мне не хочешь уделить.
To all who approach these hallowed halls. What's cooking?
Ideas. Up here. Look, my friend Emmett really needs help.
The one who's going out with Edna Strickland? You're darn right he needs help.
I'm not asking you to actually seduce him. Just make her think that you two have a thing going. It'll drive her crazy.
I guess it would.
So...
I
Nah.
wouldn't do that to another girl unless I was good and mad at her. And besides, it might tarnish my image as a muse.
See you, Trixie.
Что же
Don't be a
сделать,
stranger.
чтобы Эдна разозлила Трикси, а? Может, Эдне сказать что-нибудь?
Ahem.
Back again, Mr. Crockett? What can I help you with?
I was thinking.
Так, а вот это вопрос я, кстати, не задавал. Эммет Мачо.
Rather hard for me to picture Emmett as a chick magnet.
Chick magnet?
A guy who gets the girls, you know, motors running.
Motors?
Who makes them, you know.
You mean a chic?
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter of taste, I suppose, but when he's properly pomaded and decked out in my grandfather's white suit, and it just glows. Makes my heart flutter a bit just to picture him.
Так. А, вот, подожди, я поговорил с Трикси. Здесь есть связь между Эдной и Трикси.
I found out about Trixie Trotter.
Yes?
Так,
Apparently they made her some sort of queen of the festival. Techne, the muse of progress.
They
так.
didn't. Well, they said this expo would give Hill Valley a reputation. I didn't realize this is what they meant.
What have you got against Trixie?
It's the idea of it. Allowing our city to be represented by a woman like that. I won't stand for it. As a socially conscious citizen, I demand you discharge that muse.
Trixie? What's wrong with her?
Oh, she's hardly qualified for an honorific post at a public event.
Look, lady, she fits the costume. She's an American citizen, and she managed to memorize all her lines. What more qualifications do you want?
Так.
Oh, these people are impossible.
А я думал, она пошла разбираться с Трикси. Так, вы хотите уволить Трикси? Она что, имеет такие полномочия?
Why do you want to get Trixie fired?
One simply can't allow women like that to attain positions of respect in society. It creates a very bad precedent for the future.
Does it?
But try telling it to this poor sap. She's got him completely steamrolled. That's how they operate.
Is it?
Still, I could get her discharged if I had the goods on her. No doubt a woman like that has left a trail of scandal, and I'd find it if I were still a reporter. But I haven't got time to do the legwork now. I'm too busy with Emmett and his invention.
Так, какие же доказательства тебе нужны-то?
So you wouldn't hesitate to get Trixie fired from her job?
If I had the goods on her. She's obviously got her employer completely bamboozled. The only way to snap him out of his spell would be to show him something really shocking.
Так,
That's
какие?
all the questions I got.
Very well, then. And I suppose you are...
Still looking?
Но у меня пока что против нее ничего нету. Так, а тут уже стоит какой-то парень, да? Кьюбл.
Hey, pal.
Oh, geez, this guy again.
Funny, I was gonna say the same thing.
Да, разве ты не должен быть в тюрьме? Ты же какой-то там помогайка вроде был у Танана.
Shouldn't you be in jail with the rest of kids' gang?
I was, but then an opportunity availed itself and I...
Sang like a canary.
I prefer to think of it as exhibiting an admirable sense of self-preservation.
Ты еще будешь играть для Трикси? А, он за пианином был. Что ты перевозишь?
What kind of stuff have they got you hauling here?
How the heck would I know? Electro this, robo that, dynamo the other. It's all Greek to me.
Ты еще контактируешь с Кидом Тананом?
Have you heard from Kid lately?
We're not exactly on speaking terms these days, on account of our varying degrees of incarceration.
Согласен.
Will you be playing piano for Trixie later?
Nah.
Why not?
Because little Miss Goody Two Shoes thinks she's too respectable for cue ball these days.
Похоже, ты все еще зол на Трикси.
You seem kind of angry about Trixie.
Вот, по-моему, и улики, да,
Listen,
мы
kid, me
нашли?
and Trixie go way back. I know stuff about her that even Kid doesn't know.
О.
Stuff that curl your socks.
Колись.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And now to see her flouncing around the place, making like her stink don't smell, it just, well, it just cheeses me off, you know?
Что у тебя с зубами, действительно? Я только что заметил, они какие-то то ли зеленые, то ли...
Hey, what's with your teeth?
My teeth?
Yeah, they're green.
I don't know what you're talking about.
В натуре зеленые. Серьезно, что ты колись?
Seriously, man, what's going on with your teeth?
It's nothing. Nothing. Oh, crap.
What's wrong?
It's these.
Dr. Frinkle's algae
Печенье.
cakes?
A crate of them fell off the truck while I was unloading it, and I just can't stop eating them. How was I to know they'd turn my teeth green?
Well, the algae part might have been a clue.
Please don't rat me out the audio, okay? I really need this job.
No problem, but you better let me keep the cakes.
Sure thing, pal.
Так, нарыли печенье, хорошо. И парня, кстати, на крючок поймали, чтобы Арти мы не рассказывали ничего, а то он боится увольнения. Так, Никита Цегельнюк пишет: клевая игра. Да, мне тоже нравится, мне вообще нравится игра Telltale, потому что Telltale делают игры по фану, то есть от чего фанатеют, на то и делают. Вот «Назад в будущее» проходим, есть на канале «Парк юрского периода». 3 эпизода, скоро будет 4, завтра, наверное, будет 4. Вот, и «Игра престолов» начали выпускать они, Tales from Borderlands. Что еще забыл? «Ходячие мертвецы», конечно же. И, что характерно, эти фильмы и сериалы тоже мне нравятся. Поэтому здесь мы вкусами совпадаем. Ну и, соответственно, я стримы делаю для тех людей, которые тоже любят и сериалы, по которым делают игры Telltale, и, собственно, эти игры. Так, ладно, небольшое отступление, продолжим. Что щекотливого было в прошлом Трикси?
So what's so, toe-curling about Trixie's past?
Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, come on.
Вот крыса вонючая, а я сейчас Арти расскажу, что
I'll tell
ты
you something
скрысил.
embarrassing about me first.
Like what?
Что? Зачем вот это говорить? Он только что уже у нас на крючке был. Надо было сказать, что мы расскажем Арти Макфлаю о том, что ты крысишь печенье. Так, вот эти 2 пункта я давайте пропущу. Я угнал поезд.
Last year, I drove a train off a cliff.
Why'd you do that?
You know, now that I think about it, I'm not really sure. It's a long story.
All right, Junior, you win. That was pretty embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as this.
Вау.
Is that Trixie?
Почти порнуха.
She's not wearing much.
No kidding. She did a lot of these artistic postcards a few years ago. I got a whole set of them.
Can I,
Ах
have
ты
one?
драчун.
No. You ain't gonna do nothing bad with it, are you?
Ну, кто знает,
I
кто
promise.
знает.
I'll only use it for the greater good.
Wow. Okay.
Так, ну вот у нас есть какое-то вещественное доказательство.
Hang loose, pal.
You talk funny, mister.
Я надеюсь, фотографий хватит. Зачем мне еще вот это зеленое печенье? Печенье из водорослей. Бе. Ну-ка, иди сюда.
Back again, Mr. Crockett? What can I help you with?
I was thinking.
Алкоголик-анархист пишет, единственные две игры от Telltale, которые мне понравились, это BTTF и Game of Thrones. Да, BTTF что такое? Расшифруй, что-то мне в голову ничего не приходит. BTTF. Так, вы уволите эту сердцеедку?
So you wouldn't hesitate to get Trixie fired from her
Подожди, мне
job?
надо было выбрать
If I had the goods on her. She's obviously got her
фотографию,
employer
да?
completely bamboozled. The only way to snap him out of his spell would be to show him something really shocking.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well then.
Still looking.
Так, прежде выбираем фотографию, почтовая открытка. А теперь на одну.
You might want to take a look at this.
Why in the world would I be interested in... Oh, what have we here? Oh, sir! Mr. McFly! It appears your muse has been inspiring more than progress.
Trixie? Oh, no, no, no. What are you doing with a dirty postcard?
What is she doing in a dirty postcard? I swear, Mr. McFly, if that doesn't convince you that Trixie Trotter is unfit to represent Hill
I
Valley...
don't need you to lecture me about who I can or can't hire, Miss Strickland. Trixie's darn good at what she does. I don't care if she was once the winsome wench of Winnipeg. Her past doesn't matter to... Trixie?
What is it, Audie?
You know I don't like to pry, but what state did you grow up in?
Province, Manitoba. Why?
Not even an American.
See, darling, the charter specifically states that the Expo's hostess must be a U.S. citizen, so if you're really a Canadian...
I'm being fired? You are firing me?
I don't want to.
Вот офигеть, да, повернулась. Только что она была гражданкой США, и сейчас только что узнали, что она в Виннипеге, да, родилась, канадка, ой, гражданка Канады. А вот так вот, я тебя подставил.
Let's talk.
Ау. Так, алкоголик-анархист пишет, ну ты стрими сейчас BTTF. Ну я понял, да. В голове прокрутил, что Back to the Future, ну... Понятно. Просто когда стримишь и там, и сям, и в чате пытаешься успевать, в игре и болтать надо, и думать, короче. Похлеще всякого Цезаря, знаешь ли. Так, ладно. Теперь наверняка ты готова замутить нашу схему.
Trixie?
I'll do it! I'll make that blue-nosed bitty eat her heart out!
That's great. I got it all planned out. When Emmett shows
But
up...
we gotta do it my way.
Huh?
I'm no good with improvising, and I ain't gonna memorize no lines. But I was in this play once. The Parlor-Maid's Predicament. I figure I could lift a scene from that.
Okay.
Only, I need a few props.
Why am I not surprised?
Some furs, a big diamond. It doesn't have to be real, understand?
That makes it easier.
And something from this friend of yours, Emmett. Has he got a photo album?
I don't know. Probably.
Better bring it to me.
Furs, a diamond, and Emmett's photo
Мех,
album.
бриллиант,
And then...
фотоальбом
Sit back
Эммета.
and watch the fur fly.
Где я тебе это все доставлю? Отправлять в лабораторию Эммета. Окей. Да, и еще, кстати, об одной игре от Telltale я забыл. Ну, у них их на самом деле много. Ну, вот из современных это Wolf Among Us. Волк среди нас тоже мне очень нравится. Но почему-то просмотров, ну, так он не пользуется популярностью, как, скажем, те же Ходячие или Игра престолов.
It's not as nice as my truck back in 86. Jeez.
Ладно. Так,
Hey,
а
buddy.
как?
Oh, good. He's back.
Ты все еще зол на Триксе?
You still cheesed off at Trixie?
Yeah, but I'm more cheesed off at whoever got her fired.
Oh.
О, то есть на меня?
Stay out of trouble,
Окей.
cue ball.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Давайте тогда сваливать отсюда. Я думаю, опять нам надо доложиться доку. Так, Трикси поможет мне с планом.
Good news. I think Trixie's gonna go along with my scheme.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
Все та же реплика. Может быть, подождите, я же подходил к улице, да? И там что-то было, типа, вы можете отправиться, только не пешком, что-то такое.
Way too far to go on foot. I wonder how Doc's coming with the DeLorean.
Но док Долорин еще не починил, насколько я понимаю.
Have you figured out what's wrong with the time circuits?
Not sure. Possibly. It seems to me to be a simple wiring issue, but I'm double checking to make sure. All the basic equipment appears to be functional.
Any chance I could borrow the DeLorean? I want to drop in on young you at the lab.
Well, I don't know.
Да, причем здесь временной контур, мне нужен он как просто транспорт.
Even so, I'm worried about letting it out of my sight while it's still behaving unpredictably. Tell you what, I'll take it on a test drive 1 minute into the past. If it passes the test, I'll let you borrow it.
Ну, давай хотя бы так. Хотя он, знаете, сейчас может в мезозойскую эру отправиться. В парк юрского периода. Вроде сработало.
I'm afraid not. In fact, the discrepancy appears to be getting worse. I arrived 6 hours ago.
Oh, too bad.
6 часов назад прибыл.
Undoing any of the work you've done thus far, so I kept out of sight. But the time lag wasn't entirely a waste. I stopped by the hardware store and bought the parts for a chronometric analyzer.
A what?
A diagnostic device. See, I plug it into the time circuits and set them to cycle. When the green light goes off, I should have the data I'll need to understand the scope of the problem.
Hey, no driving the exhibits off the lot!
Какой ты крикливый, а?
Another set of wheels if you want to get to the lab.
Понятно, надо идти к этому толстомордому пианисту. Как-то его упрашивать, меня отвезти, что ли?
Hey, buddy.
Oh, good. He's back.
What kind of stuff have they got you hauling here?
How the heck would I know? Electro this, robo that, dynamo the other. It's all Greek to me.
Каких-то новых реплик с ним нету. Может быть, подождите, Арти показать это самое печенье зеленое, и доказательством будет то, что у этого Кьюбола зеленые зубы, он его уволит, и мы сможем завладеть автотранспортом. Вот такая вот хитрая схема.
Hey, Artie.
Can't talk right now.
Да, но надо отделаться от Эдны тогда.
Back again, Mr. Crockett? What can I help you with?
I was thinking.
Ты не могла бы погулять где-нибудь, а? Хорошо, что я ему-то степенился. По-моему, тоже такой вопрос и задавал.
So you say Emmett only has eyes for you?
Absolutely. It's almost embarrassing how devoted he is to me.
Well, it's good to hear he's finally settling down.
Yes. Settling down?
You know, ready to stop playing the field, as it were.
Playing the... Oh, you're joking.
Да, ни капли не шучу.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then.
Так, а может быть в руки взять сначала печенье, а потом обратиться к Артуру? Тогда он отреагирует. Может быть. Так, берем печенье из водорослей. Артур Макфлай.
How about an algae cake?
Much obliged. That was different?
У нее тоже стали зеленые зубы. Толку-то от этого. Давайте всех накормим зеленым печеньем из водорослей. Эдни дадим.
How about an algae cake?
Don't mind if I do. Not bad. Algae, you say? I'm going to suggest that they add that to the menu at the orphanage.
У всех будут зеленые зубы. Так, парень, да, какой-то. Давайте его угостим.
How about an algae cake?
Yes, I am feeling a bit peckish. Where the hell did you get that crap?
The expo.
Этому парню не понравилось. Так, может быть... Дадим этой бабе, как ее зовут, уже забыл, вот с именами проблема. Трикси.
One
doesn't normally think of algae as a dessert item, but, what the hell? Well, it's got a very, unique flavor.
Я и доку дам.
How about an algae cake?
That tastes exactly like the sludge that Edna was pumping into me back in the Citizen Plus ward.
Ну, главное, у него тоже зубы зеленые. Так, ну я не знаю теперь. Пошел я за подсказкой. Вам понадобится колесный транспорт, чтобы добраться до лаборатории М. Это я понял, да. Перед школой есть что-то с колесами. Это я тоже видел. Осмотрите выставку Hill Valley будущего. Подожди. Hill Valley в прошлом.
Back in 86, I could just
Hill
skateboard from
Valley в
Doc's lab to the
будущем.
high school.
Черт, я столько раз здесь проходил и даже сюда не заходил. Oops.
My future wouldn't be built so shoddily.
Hi, Miss Strickland. I was just...
Break what you like, Mr. Crockett. It's no skin off my nose. Just keep away from Emmett's booth. Speaking of whom, I'd better go see what's keeping him.
Shouldn't you leave him alone? I mean, he said there was still some work to do on his new project.
And that's exactly why I need to be there. Emmett's a very bright young man, but just between you and me, he does tend to get a little distracted by shiny objects. My job is to make sure he stays focused.
But...
Tut, tut. Not another word. I've got the rest of the day all mapped out.
Miss Strickland!
I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Heavens, you shaved off your hair.
Карл Саган
Carl
узнала.
Sagan?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I'm not sure it would be seemly for me to be seen in the company of an alleged arsonist.
I think it may be in your best interest. You see,
Let's go somewhere where we can talk privately.
Ну вот, док, помог же.
I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Так, а Марти оттуда слямзил скейт. Понятно.
Pleasant dreams, Hill Valley. And the Expo would like to remind you that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality at Hal's Hardware. Hal's Hardware, serving our fair
Nice
city
rock.
since
I can't
1895.
reach it.
Так, ну нам же Трикси просила, да, кольцо с бриллиантом. Я, говорит, не могу достать. Грузовик, кнопка, кнопка, кнопка. Призма, кнопка. Диорама.
Press button to experience future Hill Valley, circa 1981. I don't think I've visited that timeline yet.
Ну, лучше не надо. Я думаю, сейчас на кнопочки понажимаем, и этот бриллиант как-то поближе
Century looks
подкатится.
bright for
Нет?
our fair metropolis. Jump with us 50 years into the future for a peek at Hill
Ой, сейчас будет
Valley.
многопоточный бред. Что-то я натворил. Там, походу, так и надо было, да?
But where are all the people? Why, they're underground. A network of burrows
Здание
extends a
суда
mile into the
будущего.
earth.
I wish the
Giving
courthouse
future
did
Hill
look like that in
Valley's 10 million
1981.
citizens plenty of space to work, play, and raise their
Ну и, в
families.
принципе, здесь все. Все, теперь, значит, мы садимся на скейт и дуем до скейтборд из поезда.
Hang on, Emmett. Hope you're ready for a big breakup.
Дуем Эммету.
Emmett?
Китанан? Откуда он здесь?
Thanks again for your assistance, Detective Parker.
Detective? What the hell is Kid doing here?
Nothing criminal, I assure you. I was just getting a mind map of Mr. Tannen for our exhibition at the
карта
expo.
душевного
The
состояния.
authorities wouldn't allow Edna and I to stage a demonstration of the mental alignment meter with a violent felon, but this little baby is just as good. Okay, let's see, now what's next? Check the stew, sort the maps. Ooh, I almost forgot that.
Edna really is cracking the whip, isn't she?
Well, yes, but she's got my best interests at heart. Without her, I can get so distracted. Did she send you down here to check up on me?
Yeah, she wanted to come herself, but...
She's busy too, I know. Well, you're a poor substitute for Edna's lovely features, but make yourself at home.
Thanks.
No thanks are necessary. Without you, I'd never be where I am now. In love with the woman of my dreams. And a mere 6 hours from my first public triumph as a scientist. Wait a minute. 6 hours? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm running out of time!
Эммет все так же сумасшедший. Убедите Эдну, что Эммет не образцовый гражданин. Так, ну сейчас мы у него пошаримся здесь в мастерской. Но прежде сделаем небольшой перерыв и вернемся через минут 5.
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one. The mind of a degenerate criminal.
That's Kid Tannen's mind map, as captured by our mind map helmet.
You could tell he's a criminal just by looking at this?
No, but when it's fed into the mental alignment meter...
Weird.
Weird nothing. It's science.
How does the mental alignment thing work?
Here, I'll show you. Hey, the test subject wears this mind mapping helmet, which probes the brain by measuring fluctuations in skin conductance and electrical resistance on the surface of the parietal lobe.
Uh-huh.
When I turn on the mind mapping helmet with this radio switch, the subject is exposed to a series of visual stimuli, intended to provoke a series of positive or negative responses, as indicated by these lights on the helmet.
Hey, is that...
As the responses are recorded, they're relayed to this special typewriter, which prints out a punch card that represents the subject's mind map.
All I see is a bunch of holes.
Well, to you, maybe. But to our mental alignment meter, this mind map is nothing less than a peek into your subconscious. Observe as I place your mind map into the MAM.
Layabout? Is that machine calling me a slacker?
No, your own physiological responses did.
What's this?
The mind map cards from the dozens of subjects I've tested during the last few weeks. I've got to get them sorted before the expo begins.
Why?
Edna's got this grand scheme to catalog all of Hill Valley citizens by their mental alignment. Isn't that cute?
Not really. What's this typewriter do again?
During a mental alignment test, it takes messages from the mind map helmet and turns them into punch cards, like the one for Mr. Tannen over there.
Seems complicated.
Actually, it was all rather easy to put together, once Edna gave me the idea.
Sounds to me like you should be working on harder problems then.
What? Sorry, I've got to get back to work.
I Don't Care by Trixie Trotter?
Edna doesn't approve of that sort of music, but I find it very soothing. Oh.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care. You see, I'm sort of independent. I am my own superintendent. My star is on the ascendant. That's why I don't care. I don't care.
Nothing happened.
Well, that button advances the slides during the mind mapping test. It only works while the test is running.
I'm happy-go-lucky, and say I am plucky, so jolly and carefree. I don't care, I don't care.
It's a picture of Edna. Since Emmett's got the hots for her, I guess she's supposed to provoke a positive response. Wait, I know that. That's John Wilkes Booth, the guy that shot Lincoln. So I guess he's supposed to be a negative figure. No! What's this?
That's a can of used motor oil, rocket fuel waste, and assorted chemical sludge left over from my abandoned rocket car.
Gross.
Accounting doesn't enter into it, but it is disgusting. Would you mind disposing of it on your way out?
Sure. According to Emmett, this thing prints out mind maps. Ew.
Oh.
So when it's turned on, that helmet can really read your mind?
Not really. It's actually a little more than a simple Wheatstone bridge, measuring galvanic skin responses to various sensory stimuli.
Like those pictures you showed me?
Precisely. The theory is that good citizens will have positive reactions to positive figures, while bad citizens will have positive reactions to negative figures, and so on.
And it really works?
So far. Ah, that smells much better.
What's this?
It's the placard we'll be putting in front of our booth at the expo.
The scientist that caught Kid Tannen?
A small exaggeration, but Edna says it'll attract investors. What do you think of the picture?
You look a little... constipated.
What? Edna said I looked intense.
Yeah, intensely focused on taking it.
I get the picture. I'll have to find a better one. Unfortunately, there's a lot to choose from.
Heavy.
Extremely. Mother has been rather obsessive about photographically cataloging my life.
Hey, Emmett, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't I take your photo album over to Edna so she can pick out your new picture?
That's a great idea. She's got a better eye for these things than I do anyway. Thanks, pal.
Don't mention it. I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil. I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil. Hey, Emmett, I've got a... Whoa! Whoops.
What the heck?
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Your suit's ruined. Edna's gonna be royally PO'd.
Wrong.
What?
When Edna gave me this suit,
Черт побери, извиняюсь, я забыл включить микрофон, и половина того, что я говорил, вообще ничего не прошло в эфир. Спасибо, Никита, что ты написал мне, почему молчу.
Emmett, you'll make a fortune.
Not anytime soon, I'm afraid. Due to an inherent instability in its molecular makeup, after 12 hours, the cleanser's component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-shredding enzymes, rendering it unsuitable for commercial use.
Wait a minute, does that mean your suit's gonna dissolve in 12 hours?
Hey, gods, no. The solution dissipates into the air after it's applied. But it does mean that after this batch of cleanser ages another 11 hours and 53 minutes, it would eat away this suit faster than 1,000 starving moths. And that would be a crisis of unimaginable proportions.
Why?
Because this suit belongs to Edna's grandfather, who wore it on his wedding day. Poor guy was gunned down just a few years later.
Emmett?
Well, enough wool gathering. Back to work.
Так, но я не понял, что с его костюмом будет все в порядке? Уже все в порядке? Так, это что? Очистительный душ.
That cleanser doesn't seem very portable.
It isn't, but this is.
A perfume bottle?
Yes. No. I mean, yes, it's a perfume bottle, but inside is a concentrated dose of my all-purpose cleanser. With a little luck, this should last me through the next 12 hours before its component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-destroying enzymes.
Clever.
Надо его стибрить.
What the hell is that?
What?
Sorry, I thought I saw a tarantula.
Может быть, этот теперь масло залить в очистительный душ?
Don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
Черт. Не люблю, вот когда в одном помещении столько всего.
According to Emmett, this thing prints out mind maps.
Тик, тик, тик. Ну вот опять я его довел до этого, до красной лампочки, короче говоря. Так, Фалан Плей, привет, рад тебя видеть на стриме. Да, без голоса, я просто микрофон забыл включить, удалялся. Теперь вроде включил, теперь вроде что-то голос должен идти. Тик, тик, тик. Ну не знаю, давайте подсказку посмотрим. Очиститель Эммета отлично подходит для очистки от липких веществ. Окей, почему бы вам не испытать его на чем-нибудь? На чем? Липких веществ.
I wonder how Doc's doing with the DeLorean.
Да подожди ты про DeLorean.
So this machine takes those little cards and tells you whether or not someone's a good guy or bad guy?
Kind of. Actually, the helmet does all the work. The mental alignment meter is just a glorified arcade machine.
So why not just go with the cards?
Edna says that people respond well to flashing lights and snap judgments. I can't argue with that. Every time I kiss her, I see flashing lights and lose all sense of judgment.
No kidding.
Так, ну как включить теперь этот аппарат? Блин, сейчас я боюсь, еще положительную эмоцию вызовет. Это кто такой? Не хочу. Такая же нейтральная эмоция. Ну это кто такой вообще? Ублюдок какой-то лысый. Вообще пофигу ему. Давай обратно на этого бандита, который убил Линкольна. Вау. Да ладно, тебе пофигу, что ли? Так, вот теперь напечаталось, да?
This thing reads Emmett's mind maps.
Карта душевного состояния. Давайте посмотрим. Приличный парень, все равно.
If I want Edna to break up with Emmett, I'll have to make his map more like Kid Tannen's.
Так, она у меня осталась? Нет, она у меня не осталась. И черт возьми, на него ничего не действует, а? Вы уже видели, как хорошо это подействовало на моторное масло. Почему бы не проверить на чем-то первобытном? Первобытном? Используйте очистительный стенди Хилл-Вэлли прошлого. Это мне что, возвращаться, что ли? Ну ладно, давайте.
What?
I was just thinking about the future. All that talk about Edna's grandfather made me realize something.
Please let it be something about lightning.
Life can be short, sometimes brutally so. So why not seize the day and grab your happiness while you can?
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
I was saving this for next Valentine's Day, but why should I? I know what I want.
О, кольцо.
No.
I'm gonna ask Edna to marry me. Right now.
Гонишь, что ли?
Oh, right. I'll wait until tonight at the expo. It'll be much more romantic that way. Just think. By this time tomorrow, Edna and I will be engaged and will be the toast of the scientific community. And I owe it all to you.
You're welcome.
Я вообще добивался противоположного результата. Мне теперь надо стащить у него как-то кольцо. Вроде как.
This button only works while the mind map test is active.
Так, только когда тест запущен, да? Где тут был запуск теста? Попробуем негативные эмоции вызвать у него. Ну, скажем, в
How goes the
аквариуме.
bacteria farm?
Not so hot. The bacteria have kind of gotten out of control. I had to put a clamp on the nitrogen tube to keep the stench from flooding the lab.
Вот теперь займемся клапаном.
Ew.
Так, хорошо. Так, плохо. Ну, ему плохо, в смысле, нам хорошо. Надо, в общем, все слайды прогнать, чтобы горела у него красная лампочка, я так понимаю.
Emmett's invention makes him out to be a model citizen, huh? Well, we'll just see about that.
Ну, вроде делаем все правильно, раз Марти даже нам об этом подсказывает. В крайнем случае, если загорится желтая лампочка у него, мы его можем еще шарахнуть током. Ну и вроде как последний слайд. Так, что у нас получилось?
This thing...
Подожди. Бездельник.
That's not a great reading, but if I really want to get Emmett in trouble, I better aim for the bottom.
Блин, еще хуже надо сделать. Черт.
This button only works while the mind map test is active.
Хорошо, хорошо. Включаем эту штуку. Включаем клапан.
Ew.
И жахаем его генератором. Я каждый раз сейчас буду его жахать генератором, наверняка это поможет. Так, ну и наверняка сейчас последний слайд. Блин, я бы на месте уже Дока убил меня. Ну, Марти. А, нет, еще один слайд. Ну вот сейчас должен быть последний слайд вроде как. И печатается перфокарта. Нет, еще один слайд. Ну тогда еще один разряд током. Так, ну давайте смотреть. Надеюсь, этот тест увенчался успехом для нас. Да нет, все равно бездельник.
That's
Что
not
ты
a
будешь
great
делать?
reading, but if I really want to get Emmett in trouble, I better aim for the bottom.
Раз уж Эммет сделал карту своего душевного состояния, то, быть может, окажется, что он вовсе не образцовый гражданин. Узнайте у Эммета, есть ли у него карта своего душевного состояния. Есть, я же знаю, вот она.
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one.
Может быть, мне стоило вот эту самую карту поставить вместо той? Но бездельник как-то для него маловато, да? Так, от тушеного мяса он испытывает...
What's cooking?
That's an old Brown family recipe for Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer?
Rabbit stew. The trick is to add the cumin an hour after the carrots. Take a whiff. Isn't that just about the best thing you've ever smelled in your life?
It's, powerful, yeah.
I've got it on a slow boil for later.
Да, он от этого испытывает хорошие чувства. Нам это не надо. Так, от клапана плохие чувства. Ну давай врубим клапан.
Ew.
Ugh. Did the clamp fall off again?
Yeah.
Put it back on. Well, I don't even know why I keep that bacteria tank around. Every time the clamp falls off the nitrogen tube, it takes a couple of minutes before I can get the stench out of the air. Whew.
Так, ну это надо все сделать при включенном тесте. Да, блин, подожди. А в проигрывателе, может, какая-нибудь другая музыка
Hey, Emmett,
есть?
I've got to...
Не-не-не,
I
подожди.
thought Edna sent you to make sure I wasn't getting...
Oh, you'll be fine.
А, мы все-таки можем выйти, да? Ну, хорошо.
How can I get Emmett to have reactions that are the opposite of those expected of a model citizen?
Так, вот у нас Хилл-Вэлли в прошлом.
That volcano looks a lot like the one I did for my 7th grade science fair.
Вулкан. Пещерный человек.
Furs donated by Lamont's House of Ermine. At least they're going to a good cause.
Да, забираем. Меха нам
Stuck
нужны.
tight in this tar.
А, вот на них надо использовать спрей-очиститель.
It's a good thing I did this before Emmett's 12-hour time limit, where the cleanser might have dissolved the fur. Let's slip out of those furs, shall we?
Так, а теперь у нас есть меха. Алмаз. А что она еще говорила ей нужно? Сейчас спросим.
Maybe when
Динозавр.
real Doc comes back, we'll take a trip to see a dinosaur. Press button to experience Hill Valley's primeval past. Okay, if this dinosaur is called a Tanninosaurus, I'm gonna... Oh, whew.
Кнопка. Ну-ка.
Times may be hard in Hill Valley, but our present worries fade into insignificance when we ponder our Pleistocene past. Is the wolf knocking at your door? Be glad he's not a Tyrannosaurus, king of the ancient lizards. And if you find yourself drowning in debt, well, you could be drowning in something a whole lot stickier, like the Hill Valley tar pits. This peek into the distant past is brought to you by Lamont's House of Urban, reminding you, fur is forever.
Так, ладно. Более, по-моему, мы здесь ничего не сможем достать.
Oh, hiya, kiddo. Say, wouldn't it be easiest if I just march up to that Strickland dame and give her a
Да,
smack in
это
the
было
puss?
бы легче.
Well, it would be fun to watch, but it wouldn't get her to break up with my friend Emmett.
Oh, right. You got all the props I asked for?
Мех, бриллианты, фотоальбом твоего друга. Все есть, все есть.
Not all of them yet, but I'm working on it.
Эй, у меня же все
I'm
есть.
itching to give Miss High and Mighty an eyeful.
Может быть, ей надо просто дать? Подожди,
Tricks.
подожди,
Oh,
подожди.
Well,
Oh, you got
Not all of them.
good.
Мех.
Hey, Trixie. Are these furs good enough?
Well, they're a little ratty, but they'll work. How about the diamond in the photo album?
I'll get them to you.
Достану прямо сейчас. Фотоальбом. Держи.
I brought Emmett's photo album like you asked.
Let's see. Gee, he's not bad looking. In an egghead kind of way.
Remember, I don't want you seducing him for real.
I ain't a cradle robber, kiddo. Now bring me that diamond and we'll be in business.
Так, и бриллиант. Держи.
Voila.
Say, pretty snazzy for a phony rock. Gimme. Keep that up and I may take a real shine to ya.
I'd rather you take a fake shine to Emmett.
I'm working on it.
So, you got everything you need for your big scene?
Everything
Твой
except for
выход.
your friend.
Emmett Brown, redheaded guy about yay high. He'll be the one with Edna Strickland.
Not for long he won't.
Great.
Так, убедите Эдну в том, что Эммет растяпа. Ну, теперь вот, собственно, надо отправляться опять к Эммету и... добивать этот квест.
Emmett?
Sonny!
What?
I'm at my wit's end. My portable anti-stick, anti-stain formulas disappeared.
Can't you make more?
There's no time.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll turn up soon.
Good. There's no way in God's green earth that I'm heading to that expo without it.
Так, может быть, сейчас его запачкать? Но он опять отмоется
Emmett,
в душе.
your jacket's got a little,
Зачем ты ему об этом
No
говоришь?
worries.
So
Чистительный
after 12
душ.
hours, your cleanser just kind of turns into battery acid?
Battery acid? Don't be ridiculous. It merely turns into a brew of cloth-destroying enzymes capable of rotting away any fabric almost instantly. Battery acid, really? What is this, man?
Так, а что мы можем сделать с очистительным душем? Печенье из вордосли туда напихать? Вряд ли.
Nah.
Нет. То же самое масло вроде тоже нет, да? Я пробовал.
I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
Окей. Ну-ка, проигрыватель.
Oh.
Нет, вот этих положительных эмоций мне не надо.
No, don't turn it off. This is my favorite part.
Блин. Теперь ждать, пока это все пройдет. Так, пока нейтральные чувства. Там у него получается только одна пластинка, да? Принтер карт душевного состояния, очистительный душ, выход, проигрыватель. Так, две карты Эммета и Кида. Генератор. А там что наверху у нас? А, это генератор. Ну давайте жахнем его. Так, отрицательный. Чувство хорошо. Так, и плохо он себя чувствует от... клапана.
Ew.
Ну, в принципе, все то же самое получается. У меня больше нет идей. Что тут можно отрицательного включить? Может, опять до карточки докопаться?
When this is all over, I better make sure to get Emmett's photo album back to him.
Возможно, это поддувало не просто так же оно здесь. Он поставил на медленный огонь.
I don't think so.
Нет. Масло тоже не
Don't
пойдет,
want
да?
to get that covered in any messy oil.
Ну, для того, чтобы загоралась красная лампочка, достаточно всего
Once the
лишь...
expo's over, I'll need to upgrade the mental alignment test to account for stray sensory stimuli.
Достаточно всего лишь клапан открыть. Да, вот видите, красная лампочка горит. Был бы этот тест еще немного побыстрее, так, блин, муторно его делать. Тем более, что стрим не бесконечно, уже более 2 часов идет, черт побери. Сейчас попробую просто перфокарту заменить на том стенде. Так, ну и давай. Все равно он сейчас нам даст бездельника. Так, карта душевного состояния Эммета.
Swapping out Emmett's mind map with a crappier one is a great idea, but I should probably scan it with a mental alignment meter first.
Блин, ну опять сейчас он даст бездельника. Что делать?
That's not a great reading, but if I really want to get Emmett in trouble, I better aim for the bottom.
Еще хуже. Куда уж хуже? Чего уж хуже? Проекционный... экран, понятно. Я думаю, что вот это можно как-то спалить, мясо тушеное. Ну, черт побери.
Hey, could we watch Frankenstein on this?
Sorry, Sonny, but I need this projector to trigger positive and negative visual stimuli for my mental alignment tests. Besides, a movie like Frankenstein should really be watched on a big screen, don't you think?
Как только я пачкаю его одежду, он тут же моется в очистительном душе. Как сломать очистительный душ?
That doesn't need cleaning.
Подсказок у меня вроде уже почти не осталось. Раз уж Эммет сделал карту своего душевного состояния, то, быть может, окажется, что он вовсе не образцовый гражданин. Узнайте у Эммета, есть ли у него карта своего душевного состояния.
Hey, Emmett, got a sec?
Why, yes. In fact, I've got several.
У тебя новая одежда?
What's with the new threads?
Да мы знаем, что это
Look
от
like
деда
Colonel
Эдны.
Sanders.
Who?
Never mind.
Edna gave them to me. She says my usual clothes don't have enough zing for a public exhibition.
Ты будешь показывать...
Can't believe you invented all this in 2 months.
Well, like I said, there's not really a whole lot of inventing going on here. I just dressed up a $5 potentiometer with a lot of bells and whistles.
But...
Don't get me wrong, it does a remarkable job of telling whether a subject is currently liking or disliking what they're experiencing. But all the extra stuff about sorting out criminals from model citizens is mostly a bunch of hooey at this point.
Ты будешь показывать весь этот хлам на выставке?
Is all this new stuff what you're showing off at the expo?
Yes, it's our mental alignment meter.
Mental alignment meter?
Что за измеритель умственных способностей?
What's a mental alignment meter?
It's the most revolutionary piece of technology since the cotton gin.
What does it do?
It reads and interprets the subconscious desires of the human mind.
Anyway.
Ну, короче, тут все такое необязательное, насколько я понимаю.
Busy. Why don't we talk later?
Sure thing.
Так, проигрыватель включать не надо, он делает положительные эмоции. У нас там пластинки никакой нету. Так, первым делом давайте его испачкаем.
Emmett?
What?
Your jacket's got a little,
Oh, no worries.
Нет, вообще никак на него не действует. Блин, вот ты надоел мне, а. Так, он как-то злится.
when this is all over, I better make sure to get Emmett's photo album back to him. How can I get Emmett to have reactions that are the opposite of those expected of a model citizen?
Реакция противоположна. Но проявляю, но всего лишь хватает на бездельника. Так, давайте немножко сделаем паузу. Я посмотрю в инете, потому что здесь тупить можно до бесконечности.
Ah. That smells good.
Hey, Emmett, I think your mind map test is broken.
Oh, that switch just keeps shorting out on me. No time to fix it now. I'll have to take care.
Так, по-моему, я понял. То есть надо разные реакции делать на разные картинки. Вот фото Эдны,
It's a picture
допустим.
of Edna. Since Emmett's got the hots for her, I guess she's supposed to provoke a positive response.
Да, ожидается положительная реакция, но сделаем отрицательную. Шипзданем его током. Я вроде уже шипзданул, но ничего. Так. Запишем эту информацию. Так, теперь убийца Линкольна. На него, по идее, должна быть отрицательная.
Wait, I know that. That's John Wilkes Booth, the guy that shot Lincoln. So I guess he's supposed to be a negative figure.
Поэтому делаем у него положительные эмоции.
Careful. Don't let all the flavor escape.
Да, вот так вот. Главное клапан не включать, потому что всегда будут отрицательные эмоции, и на этом можно лохануться. Запишем это в перфокарту. Так, теперь кто ты у нас?
Emmett's invention makes him out to be a model citizen, huh? Well, we'll just see about that.
Офицер
It's Danny
Паркер.
Parker. He's a cop, so I guess he's supposed to get a positive response from model citizens.
Так, значит, надо сделать отрицательную. Так, ну еще раз шибанем. Какие проблемы? О, норм. Блин, вот же замутили-то, а. А это, похоже, какой-то из предков Танана, что ли?
I don't know who that is, but he's clearly a Tannen, so I guess he's a negative figure.
Отрицательный персонаж, но у него горит положительная лампочка, поэтому погнали. Так, ты кто такой? Он просто вдыхает ароматы тушеного мяса, и у него возникают положительные эмоции. Фото невинного
I remember
ребенка.
that picture from Edna's apartment in 1986. It's a kid and a relative of Edna, so it's probably a positive figure.
Значит, положительный, да, персонаж? Сейчас мы тебе устроим положительный. Еще разок. И теперь можно заносить информацию на перфокарту. Так, и Эдна. Эдна однозначно... А, не Эдна, Трикси, то есть.
Trixie. I don't think Edna approves of her, so I guess she's a negative figure.
Ну, у нас там положительный горит огонек, так что включаем. Так, ну надеюсь, все получилось, потому что эта загадка меня, честно сказать, достала. Оу.
Hey, Emmett, I think your mind map test is broken.
Oh, well, that switch just keeps shorting out on me. No time to fix it now. I'll have to take care of it at the expo.
Looks like I'm not going to be doing any more mind maps. I guess I'll test this out and hope for the best.
Ну, надеюсь, что правильно, потому что больше мы карт не можем печатать. Давайте проверим. Отпетый бандит. Круто.
Now Emmett's mind map is as bad as Tannen's. Now all I have to do is swap this out with Emmett's original mind map, and Emmett's own machine will do him in.
В принципе, оказалось все логично, просто я тупил, не знаю. Так, меняем.
Okay, Emmett, get ready to meet the new you.
Hey!
What?
I almost left behind my mind map card. We're gonna show it off at the expo as a rare example of a model citizen.
Я думал, он спалил нас.
Kill me if I forgot that.
She might kill you anyway when she gets a look at that mind map. Once Emmett gets to the expo, I'll try to figure out how to get him to put his card in the mental alignment meter. But for now, I better concentrate on making Emmett a slob.
Убедите Эдну в том, что Эммет растяпа. Окей. Что, как теперь его сделать растяпой? Запачкать его, но он помоется же, черт побери.
Emmett?
What?
Your jacket's got a little,
No, no worries.
Что сказал Эммет по поводу срока годности его очистителя? Ну, вроде 12 часов. Через 12 часов очиститель распадется на разрушающие ткань ферменты. Жаль, что у вас нет 12 часов. Или есть? Не знаю. Что происходит каждый раз, когда гражданин Браун тестирует Делориан? Не 12 ли часов проходит? Да я не знаю, сколько проходит, я не обращал на это внимания. Поместите очиститель в Делориан и скажите гражданину Брауну, что он готов к испытаниям. Окей, ну пойдем тогда на выход. Так, очиститель в Делориан.
It'll be safe in there.
Док.
Hey, Doc. I mean, Mr. Sagan.
Excuse me a moment, Miss Strickland. I've got her neutralized for the moment. How's the plan proceeding on your end?
Насчет той штуковины, которую ты прикрутил к Делориону. Какой
That gizmo
штуковины?
you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Так.
Yeah. What am I supposed to look for again?
A signal that it's done evaluating the time circuits. The analysis can take a while. Be sure to let me know when the light turns green, and I'll take her out for another test run.
Так, насчет моего плана.
I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No, no.
Нет, это мы уже проходили. Ладно. Что-то там в Делориане должно загореться зеленым светом.
Doc said to tell him when the light on his diagnostic thingy went green. Hey, the light's green.
О,
That means
она
Doc can
зеленая.
take the DeLorean out again.
Окей. Я думал, сейчас с лампочкой придется химичить еще 1,5 часа.
I need to talk to you.
Excuse me, my dear. Yes?
Так, лампочка зеленая.
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, the light's gone green.
Wonderful. If the systems check out, I should be able to take it for another test run. I've got to run a short errand, Miss Strickland. I suggest you think about what I've been saying.
Oh, I will.
When did you land this time?
9 hours and 37 minutes ago.
Ouch.
Frankly, it started to get a little difficult to avoid running into myself. Still, the time jump yielded some interesting new data on the flux field. I'll run some more tests and we'll see what we find.
Так, ну такого времени нам хватит для спрея очистителя.
Doc's trip aged the formula a few hours. Not enough to turn it to acid, though.
Недостаточно? Еще что ли один раз подключить этот очиститель в Делориан?
Nope, no green light yet.
Блин, а что делать? У вас есть состаренный очиститель Эммета, но он еще недостаточно стар. Поместите очиститель в Делориан и скажите гражданину Брауну, что пора испытать его снова. Ну лампочка же красная. Эй!
Doc's trip aged the formula a few hours. Not enough.
Положь на место.
Nope, no green light yet. I need to talk to you.
Может, прокатит без зеленой лампочки?
Not at all, Mr. Sagan. Take your time.
Much obliged, Miss Strickland. Yes?
Лампочка еще не зеленая.
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, the light's still red.
The analysis can take a while. Be sure to let me know when the light turns green, and I'll take her out for another test run.
А может, этот печенье с водорослями туда как-то использовать? Они же зеленые.
Maybe not.
Или мне придется ждать, пока лампочка не станет зеленой? Вы издеваетесь, что ли?
Hey, the
О,
light's green.
зеленая. Долго ждать не пришлось, хорошо. Док.
And you're firm in your intentions?
Hey, Carl.
I'm sorry, Miss Strickland.
Call me Edna.
Лампочка зеленая.
Your chronometer's gone green again.
Excellent. Let's hope this time my test run is a success. I'm sorry to desert you again.
Yes, well, you've left me with plenty to think about.
Any luck this time?
Depends what you mean by luck. My arrival time was off.
Насколько?
By how much?
8 hours.
На 8 часов.
Gave me
Отлично.
the chance to take in 3 showings of Frankenstein. Good movie. A bit implausible from a scientific perspective, but I can see how my younger self would have been mesmerized.
What about the DeLorean?
Oh, yes. I did get one critical piece of information. The chromium elements in my circuits became unstable during the temporal shift. I should replace them with titanium.
Great.
Ну, отлично, хотя бы причину нашел.
Commercially available till the Kroll process is perfected in 9 years.
9 years?
But there may be another solution. I'm going to fire up the chronometric analyzer again. Then, while I'm stalling Edna, you can... Uh-oh. Where'd Edna go?
The lab!
You better get down there before she makes the situation impossible. I'll tend to the DeLorean.
Эту штуку мы забираем.
Age to perfection. Hey, Emmett, I'm back.
А он уже с Эдной. Сосется.
Oh my!
You know, I thought you were coming down here to keep Emmett focused on his invention.
No, she is. But she's generously scheduled brief canoodling breaks every 45 minutes to keep my mind fresh.
Time's up, dear. Let's get back to work.
Shall we?
Now, Mr. Crockett, what can I do for you?
Мне нужно поговорить с Эмметом.
Can I talk to Emmett? It's kind of important.
It'll have to wait until later. Emmett's got a lot to do before the expo opens. Isn't that right, darling?
You know it, Schnookums.
Schnookums?
You can talk to him later.
Так, Карл Саган хочет поговорить с вами.
Mr. Sagan says he needs to talk to you back at the high school.
He does? Whatever for?
Так, он хочет поговорить о своем
He
изобретении.
says he wants to give you an interview about his invention.
One of those tedious cars of the future? That can wait. I've got to keep Emmett focused on his invention.
Блин, он прям на страже, да, стоит? Он хочет поговорить о своем побеге от Кида Таннена.
He wants to give you the scoop about his thrilling escape from Kid Tannen.
That's yesterday's news. Our invention will be tomorrow's story.
Он был главным поджигателем подпольного
He
бара.
says he's got a lead on the speakeasy arsonist.
He does he? Well, I'm not sure anyone cares about that old story anymore. But I suppose I could spare a few minutes in the service of solving a crime. Will you be all right without me, sweetheart?
Последнее
It'll be
подействовало
tough,
все-таки.
But I think I'll muddle through.
Try to keep him focused. He's so easily distracted.
Don't I wish?
Окей. Теперь спрей-очиститель. Ну, обратно Эммета, наверное, отдаем.
There it is. I've been looking all over for my portable anti-stick, anti-stain formula. Where'd you find it?
Out by the trash.
That's strange. I haven't been out there for hours. Oh well.
Are you gonna spray your jacket? It's looking a little dusty.
Not until it's really dirty. This cleanser doesn't grow on trees, you know. Well, some of the ingredients grow on trees, but the rest are synthesized polycarbonate
Really
detergent
dirty?
blends.
I can do that. I'll wait until you're at the expo to show Edna what a suit-destroying slob you can be.
Well, that's about it.
It is?
Yep. As soon as I get all this stuff loaded into the truck, I'll be ready for the expo. Want to lend me a hand?
Давай быстрей.
How about I go tell Edna you're coming? I'll, get her ready for you to pop the question.
Good thinking. Go on ahead. I'll meet you there.
I really hope this works.
Я тоже надеюсь, сработает. Потому что уж долго мы здесь в лаборатории застряли. Мы должны его испачкать прямо на выставке, получается. Почему такая оживленность?
It's all the hustle and bustle.
It's almost time for the opening ceremony.
Holy jeez, I better work fast. I think I got it all worked out. When it all comes together, Edna will think you're the worst guy in town. I just need a couple more pieces.
Well, don't go to too much trouble.
What do you mean? Oh,
Так, ты починил Делориан?
you got the time circuits fixed.
Not exactly. You see, I've been mulling things over, and in the timeline you're from.
The right timeline?
Yes. I've got a wife.
A great wife. Clara, and kids, and a dog. And a bitchin' time train.
And Edna? How does her story turn out? How does she end up?
Ну, она как-то не очень, да, поживает.
Edna ends up...
Она вроде как одна живет среди своих газет. Одинокая, несчастная, да, правду скажем.
To be honest, she ends up kinda sad.
Sad?
She lives with some cats in a dinky little apartment, and she spends most of her time yelling out her window at people, and collecting newspapers, and living in the past.
I see. Perhaps we've been going about this problem the wrong way. Do we really have to completely obliterate my timeline so we can restore yours?
Doc?
Maybe we could have the best of both worlds. I could be with Edna, but it could be a little bit, you know, more healthy.
Каким образом, док?
Can you hear yourself? Do you know what you're saying? Let me remind you.
Она превратила Хилл-Вэлли в полицейское государство.
It was her influence that led you to take over Hill Valley and turn it into this nightmare state.
Come now. It wasn't as bad as all that. The crime rate was low, and the uniforms were nice.
I don't believe this!
All I'm saying is, let's stop and take a breath.
Блин, все уже было на мази у нас.
Derail my younger self's love life. Is the short-term misery worth the long-term gain? Maybe we can find a third way. One where everybody wins. What do you think?
Нет.
No. I'm sorry, Doc. I can't go along with what you're saying. You don't belong with Edna.
So you're determined to break us up, in spite of my stated wishes.
А вы были счастливы друг без друга.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing left to say.
Where are you going?
Why should it matter to you? Aren't you planning on overriding me?
Да, но отступать от плана, я думаю, не стоит. Так, теперь мы пачкаем Эммета. Прежде давайте дадим ему печенье из водорослей.
Not sure what that'll do.
Я думал, так будет круто. И зубы зеленые, и сам весь испачканный.
Hey, Emmett, what's keeping you?
Oh, hello, Sonny. I guess I've got a mild case of stage fright. I'm about to play my big scene, you know? No telling how Edna's gonna react.
You've, got something on your suit.
Oh, so I have.
Так.
Anti-stain formula, work your magic.
Emmett!
Just in the nick of time. Step back now. We're gonna need a little space here.
Oh, aren't you a vision? Like something that descended from the heavens.
Yes, I'm feeling a bit elevated at the moment. There's something I've just got to ask you.
Wait, your tie's a bit crooked.
I've been holding it inside for weeks now, and I've simply got to get it off my chest.
Oh.
Одежда начинает разваливаться.
Uh-oh.
My grandfather's suit!
My formula!
Oh.
Don't look! Turn your head! I'll be right back, and we can try this all over again.
Emmett Lathrop Brown!
Huh?
Trixie Trotter! How do you know this woman?
I don't! I mean, I listened to some of her records, and I may have taken a picture or two of her, but I...
Go on! Deny to the world that you know me. Perhaps it is true, but I know you all too well.
What is going on here?
You rich boys are all alike. You think material possessions can compensate for a broken heart. Well, you can take back your furs, and take back this gaudy diamond, too! I don't need your expensive presents. I need you. And more importantly,
Крохи Эммету-младшему.
Well,
Edna,
don't Edna me. Apparently you are not the man I took you for.
But I am, see?
Тест.
The mental alignment meter proves it. I am the man you fell in love with.
Let me see that card.
Последняя капля. Отпетый
I
бандит.
should have known. A degenerate criminal.
What?
Get out of my sight! I never want to see you again!
That was rough, Emmett. I'm sorry you had to go through it, but things are gonna be okay. You and me can... Emmett?
That went off great, huh?
Yeah. Maybe too great.
Да, что-то перебрали. Ну, жестоко, конечно.
Emmett!
Куда он мог свалить? Хорошо было бы, если бы он пошел на Франкенштейна с горы. О, рядом с судом стоит его тачка.
Emmett!
Go away.
Come on! Where are you? I'm sorry you had to go through that scene at the expo. Things didn't work out the way you expected, but everything's gonna turn out okay. See, I know how this story turns out, and...
Он на крыше суда?
The story is over.
Эй-эй-эй, ты что там задумал?
Okay, Emmett, hold still. I know your emotions are running a little wild, but don't do anything crazy.
Emotions? What emotions? My emotions are dead. They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care.
Stop!
What are you doing up here?
Don't jump!
I wasn't gonna jump.
Then what do you...
This is where I come when I want to think.
Oh.
When I want to be alone.
Oh.
Продолжай.
Well, don't let me bother you. Go ahead and think.
Can't you take a hint? I don't want you here. I don't need you.
Ну ладно, я
You
тебя
don't
в
know
принципе
what you need.
оставлю, но
And you do?
ты только не
As a matter
упади.
of fact, yeah, you need...
Испытай настоящий шок.
To give your system a jolt, taking a thriller like Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I tell you that my very life force is drained away, and you want to talk about Hollywood monster movies.
It's a very inspirational monster movie. Especially the scene where they bring the monster to life. There's this big gurney that lifts him up into the air and see, there's this wild storm going on and lightning crashing everywhere. It's amazing. And you just gotta see it, Emmett. It'll change your life.
Look at my helmet. Which light is flashing?
Yellow.
Apathy. I don't care about movies. I don't care about anything anymore. And I never will.
Don't give me that. You care.
Изобретения важны для тебя.
You still care about inventing things.
Inventing is overrated. 99% hype, 10% fraud. Name one invention that ever did anybody any good.
How about
Ну, скажем, лампочка действительно.
Think about Edison and the light bulb. That was a great invention.
Might have been, if there was anything in this miserable world worth illuminating.
Телефон.
The telephone. Think how that invention has revolutionized the whole world.
Yes. Now a person can be rejected long distance.
О, у него все пассивные мысли, черт возьми. Автомобиль.
The automobile was a great invention, right? You love cars.
Yes. If I'm lucky, I may be struck by one today.
Help me out here.
You're getting on my nerves, Crockett. At least you would be if I still cared about anything.
Может быть, Hill Valley?
We're all depending on you to pull it together. Why? You're gonna put Hill Valley on the map.
Oh, please. My greatest fear is that I'll end up frittering my life away in this miserable town.
Я не хотел говорить, я важен для тебя, ну давайте скажем.
Me? You care about me, Doc.
You?
Yeah.
You did this to me.
Did what?
I was perfectly content drudging away in my dad's law office. You show up out of nowhere, get me all excited about inventing, and disappear. 2 months later, you show up again, you trick me into making a hero out of myself and getting involved with Edna Strickland. Then you appear a third time and pretend to be my friend just so you can yank the rug out from under me and send me.
Ну да, для него это так и было.
Okay, I can work with that.
I love you, Sonny Crockett. Or is that even your real name?
Нет.
Marty. My name is Marty.
Oh, so everything you've told me's been a lie.
More or less.
Why? Why did you ruin my life?
Я делал это для твоего же блага. Тут прикольный такой ответ, да я сделал это для прикола.
Edna was no good for you. She was leading you down the wrong path.
I see. You had my best interests at heart.
Yeah.
Just like my father.
Oh, but there's more to it, see?
Я это сделал ради твоего же будущего.
Father doesn't know your true path.
And you do?
Yes!
How is it that I could create a mental alignment meter and yet fail to realize that you are completely delusional? Oh, what does it matter? The world is absurd.
No, I know exactly what I'm doing. See?
Блин, у него никак не появляются
I know
положительные
this may
эмоции.
sound crazy, but you gotta listen. In 1985, you're gonna invent a time machine.
You're right. It sounds crazy.
I'm just trying to explain where I'm coming from. In 1985, you're gonna invent a time machine.
You're right. It
И
sounds
что, мне
crazy.
говорить, что я сделал это
Just
ради
trying to
прикола?
explain where I'm coming from.
Ну, да, тут вариантов больше нету.
I did it for fun.
You ruined my life for fun?
Yeah, that's how I get my kicks.
You bastard. And all that time you spent building up my dreams, telling me I was going to be a great scientist.
Вообще негативные. Не
Don't
расстраивайся,
stop
чё.
dreaming. You are gonna be a great scientist.
Your flattery doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, what a laugh. Dreams are only for people with guts enough to follow them.
You're saying I don't have guts?
You? Look at you.
Надо было разозлить его, получается.
A person like you? You don't know the first thing about me. I have more dreams in my little finger than you'll ever have.
Hey, daydreams don't count.
Daydreams? That's what they said to Edison. That's what they said to Einstein. That's what they said to
Dr. Frankenstein?
Yeah, and look what they accomplished. I'm sick of people telling me what I can and can't do. First my father, then Edna, now you. Listen to me, good. From now on, I'm living my life my way. I'm taking my own advice and I'm following my own ideas. My ideas. Do you hear me? My ideas. Great Scott. I've got it.
Got what?
The solution. My invention. I know how to make it work.
Mental alignment meter?
No, my airborne personal transport device.
The rocket car?
Not rockets at all. That was my mistake. The basic idea was sound, but the propulsion system was unworkable. But the lightning. Suddenly the answer is clear. It came to me all at once, like Like
a bolt of lightning?
Exactly. Static electricity. Super ionized static electricity powering the asynchronous oscillation of frictionless plates inside the... What's this stupid thing doing on my head?
Emmett, you're you again.
Here I've been wasting my time with silly mind-reading tricks when there's serious science to be done. And the expo begins at 8.
Let's get the hell out of here before anything else happens.
What?
I said, let's get out of here.
Сейчас что-то случится. Не дайте Эммету разбиться насмерть. Офигеть. Каким образом я должен это сделать? Что у меня есть тут? У меня ни хрена ничего нету.
It's not going anywhere.
А, подожди, у меня вот здесь есть веревка другая.
I can't swing on it while it's still attached to the statue. I can't swing on it while it's still attached to the statue.
Понятно. Сейчас отвяжем от статуи.
Should I go for help? Better not leave him.
Нет, нам нужен какой-нибудь инструмент, чтобы отрезать веревку.
I can't undo the knot.
Шлем душевного
Emmett, tell me.
состояния.
I don't think he needs it now.
Так, что здесь еще есть? Сюда нас не пускают.
Hey, Emmett!
What?
I guess he can't hear me from down here.
Может быть, с здания сюда забежать?
Hold on!
I wasn't planning on doing anything else.
Блин, я опять наверху. А, часы, смотри,
Expo's already started.
может стрелку как-нибудь отколупать?
It's not going anywhere.
Понятно. Что ничего не понятно? Скейтборд.
I can't plug my guitar into that.
Да при чем здесь подключить? Я думал, ты гитары как-нибудь...
Better not leave him. It's not going anywhere.
I'm nearing the end of my rope, Marty.
Так, веревка. Чем же тебя...
I can't plug my guitar into that.
Я уже
I'm good, but even I don't think I could skateboard on that.
переделываю все варианты. Может, сверху веревку как-нибудь?
Hang in there!
I don't have a choice.
Эй!
This rope is made of solid hemp. I can't tear it loose.
Разорвать голыми руками. Блин, дайте подсказку мне. Эммет умный парень, даже когда он висит вниз головой. Может быть, у него есть что-то, что поможет вам. Спросите у Эммета, нет ли у него чего-нибудь полезного. Да я 100 раз пытался.
Hey, Emmett!
What?
I guess he can't hear me from down here.
А, отсюда не слышит, понятно. Сверху, интересно, услышит. По-моему, сверху опять не услышит. И нам нужно на веревку будет.
Emmett!
What?
Есть что-нибудь полезное?
Got anything useful on you?
Only my wallet. Oh, and this portable anti-stick,
Во-во-во.
anti-stain
Давай,
formula.
очиститель.
Hang in there.
Very funny.
Так, по-моему, будет быстрее.
Emmet solution. This stuff's dangerous.
Окей. На веревку теперь его надо использовать. Отлично. Теперь я снизу не смогу добраться до веревки. Или смогу?
I can't grab it from here.
Понятно.
Oops.
Давай в сторону Эммета.
Gotcha.
Let's get out of here.
Your pants. They're stuck.
Do something before we're crushed. Ah!
Так, опять надо очистителем, наверное, штаны, чтоб разъела.
What are you doing?
Trust me. Hold on.
Ну и
Did you
норм.
say your name was again?
Marty.
Marty? Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Tungsten. The catalyst will need to be made out of tungsten, given the temperature within the converter will no doubt be intense. We'll have to harvest the filaments from all the light bulbs in my house.
Your invention. You think you can finish it before the end of the expo?
Think? I've got to. My future depends on it.
Then let's go.
Of course, the oscillating plates will need to be calibrated precisely. Even the slightest misalignment could cause the magnetic field to fluctuate in intensity, leading to sudden shifts in polarity. The results could conceivably be catastrophic.
Who cares?
My thought exactly. Science should be messy and unpredictable, or else where's the fun of it?
Need a lift?
Mr. Sagan, got the kinks worked out of your car of the future?
Not all of them, but at least the DeLorean's mundane terrestrial functionality remains intact.
As usual, I have not the slightest idea what you're talking about. In fact, you remind me of someone I used to...
There, my dear, don't worry. I'm sure we'll all turn out well in the end.
Maybe for everyone else, but I suddenly feel very much like someone who's going to be alone and unloved for a very long time. Maybe I should get a cat.
Все, видимо, так и будет.
Nonsense. I can state with nearly 100% certainty that you're going to have a long and fulfilling life.
How can you know that?
I think you'll find I know almost everything worth knowing about you and young Emmett. And his friends. Tell me, how much do you know about Sonny Crockett?
Так, и заканчивается у нас 4-й эпизод. Ох, 3 часа почти 3 часа. Но в основном я тупил там, конечно, где надо было перфокарту Эммета достать. Давайте посмотрим, что будет в следующем эпизоде. В последнем.
I realized that it wasn't Edna that made my life miserable. It was science. She used my science to turn Hill Valley into a police state. If Emmett doesn't go through with a demonstration at the expo, his dreams of being a scientist will dim just enough for Edna to step back into his life and steer him down another path.
Doc.
Вне времени будет называться этот эпизод, а на этом мы стрим закончим вместе с 4-м эпизодом «Назад в будущее». 3 часа почти шел стрим, да. Всем пожелаю всего доброго. подписывайтесь на канал, чтобы не пропустить последний эпизод. Комментируйте, ставьте лайки и обязательно играйте в хорошие игры. А всем до скорого и пока.